Oh. Hello, Nicholas. You seem far away.
Yes, I am very far away.
You are far away. It sounds like you're down a big pipe. And there's a man behind you.
Yes, there's some noise in the background, so I'm basically gonna try to be playing like push to talk this game.
Oh, push to talk's always fun. We need to get a couple of... Oh, good. All right, welcome to Pathfinder Iron God session 32. I can't believe you've done 32 sessions of this. On rpgmp3.com. Come visit us on the website, see us on the Twitter, on the Facebook, and all that social media junk. Come visit us on the Discord where you can see what they're drinking tonight. Apparently there's a bougie Merlot going on over there at Witt's house, and who knows what Thing and Bill are drinking. Bougie Merlot.
Oh, we put it in Smug. The Snug.
Snug.
Golden Snug.
In the Snug. In the Snug.
Hey, Thing. Thank you.
Oh, you are most welcome.
Wow.
It's nice.
This thing is so cool.
It's literally the size of my head.
Have you actually filled it yet?
No, I've not filled it yet. I put half a bottle of wine in it for last night's game, and it came up to here.
You need to fill it with rum or something.
It could easily take 2.5 bottles of wine without much of an issue.
We need to get you a giant swirly straw for that.
With Mickey Mouse ears.
Yes.
Well, I figured Hal should have the biggest mug of all of us for when we get a down in one, but we need to get him to fill it entirely with rum.
Right, because that's always going to be a good idea.
Yeah, let's kill the DM, why don't we?
Right.
But then we win, right?
Maybe if we kill him with booze, we can get him to show us some mercy.
No mercy for you.
That's crazy talk.
You're probably right.
Why would we want mercy? Where's the fun there?
I'm begging.
Our random encounters versus the Hycosa random encounters is definitely a bit of disparity.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, yours is incredibly difficult. The Hycosa ones actually have level barriers and stuff.
They just turn into, what was it, lycanthropic jackasses? What was it?
They were jackasses last night. That is true.
They did finish turning into them, then, eh? Oh, interesting.
No, they figured it out before they got there, but
gotcha.
they were pretty close.
We, however, are looking to blow shit up. We're gonna detonate stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, you're gonna juggle explosives tonight. That's always a fun one.
I'm torn between trying to optimize to figure out exactly the minimum amount of explosives we could use, because the Silex is worth a pretty penny, and there's other things we could blow up, but also blowing it up is kind of a screw you to the Lords of Rust, since they want all the explosives for their excavating.
Well, remember also it can mean like it's the town that was getting all the power sucked out of it, so it's kind of like something that the party just wants to get rid of, so this never happens again, right?
Well, yeah. I have a modicum of loyalty to Torch and a modicum of loyalty to me being able to afford more wizard stuff.
I think Silex is worth a bunch. You got like 3 bricks of it, right?
Yeah.
I thought we had 4. Was it 4?
3 charges and 3 detonators.
Do you have 3? When it says charges, it's not charges. It's actually blocks of Silex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you could put them all together and make one really big charge.
Silex is worth 3,600 gold pieces new.
Which means it sells for 1,800 in an open market.
A single use of Silex is a 40-foot explosion that deals 66 points of bludgeoning damage and 66 points of fire damage to all creatures and objects in the area. Reflex save for half.
So in other words, it's kind of like the kids that holding an M80 and using their fist and closing it and letting it blow up.
Right. Well, if we put some in Buligup's helmet and then he jumps on the back of the big ogre thing
and shoves his head.
I do not like this idea. It seems like I would just get blown up. No.
Well, true. Okay, Kiernan, because he can dodge out of anything. He tells me.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Kiernan will be okay then.
I have it on good authority that I can freely fireball wherever Kiernan is, and he will just dodge out of the way mysteriously.
Yeah, you tell yourself that.
There is only one way to find out.
So we ended up with talking to the barbarians and having a feast with them last time.
I did more than talk. I did a lot more than talk.
Whoa.
And their children apparently were able to perceive past my grand disguise of illusionist.
Right, because you're such a good actor, Pete Bags.
Perhaps I need to do more work on adjusting my vocal modulations to better imitate human speech patterns.
You are right. It looks like there's a V behind me. It looks like I'm at some kind of rally.
It kind of looks like you're in your own evil lair, but with bad lighting.
Exactly.
Wow.
I said he looked like the Willy Wonka hallway where it got real small at the end there. He's in that.
Where the hell are you?
So we should all say a prayer for Becca because she has to be up at. She has a video conference tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Oh.
What's she doing at 7 a.m. for a video conference?
Because the conference is being held in the UK, so I guess it's like sometime in the afternoon.
7 a.m. is like when I get up for work. What are you talking about?
No, but the conference I guess is in the UK, and so I guess it's in the afternoon. So here it'd be 7 o'clock our time.
Yeah, I bought tickets for a streaming Professor Elemental concert in the UK next Friday.
Cool.
Which is, I think, 11:30 of my time. In the afternoon.
AM or PM? Oh,
AM.
That's not terrible. I mean, we're only like 5 or 6 hours ahead. It's not awful.
Yeah. So I can do it on my lunch break since I'm still working for the next few months.
Woo!
We used to get up early to watch football games over there and just get, shit drunk like at 8 in the morning.
As you would. That's what you need to do with football games.
Go
All right, how we're ready.
We are ready.
Apparently Tim's ready, everyone. Hang on, he's saying it's too dark in here, so I'm just going to adjust my lighting. I apologize. Hold on.
Now he just wants to show that shit off again. Look at the buttons. Ooh, look at the colors.
Look at the colors. Look at the buttons. Actually, Leah did my colors last time. Is that a bit brighter?
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little bit better.
It's very Darth Maul-ish.
That's a little bit better. You actually have some skin tone now.
That better?
Yeah,
Change the color a little.
He's English. He doesn't have
It's
skin
less
tone.
red.
Pasty's a tone.
Blue?
Blue! Blue's a great
Purple.
color on you.
Yeah.
DJ.
Oh my god.
Can you get to work off the sound of the
Oh my god. Are we gonna go through all the colors, Hal?
I mean, there are a lot of colors. I mean, it has like 30 million, so it's gonna take a little while.
There. That's good. Stop what you're doing.
Perfect.
Leave it like that. No, damn it. No.
I would like to say I am, using my mobile data and taking time out of rehearsal to play this game. So maybe if we could actually do some gaming, that'd be nice.
Oh,
yeah, I'm with you, Nick.
Hang on a second, Tim. What's going on there?
All right.
What?
Okay, so
Chewbacca.
seeing as Nick asked, we'll proceed. Because he's using his mobile data and taking time out of rehearsals. What are you rehearsing?
Thus implying when Tim asks, it's fuck you, Tim.
I know, right?
fuck you, Tim. Learn some real haiku.
Oh, shit.
Are you chopping your penis off at this event, Mr. Nick?
Not at this one, no.
Oh,
At least I hope not. We never know. Anything can happen.
Alright, 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Oh, okay, so you awaken, I guess, because you slept and all that shit after the barbarian feasting.
And orgy.
And orgy. And what are you going to be doing this fine morning?
Well, there's going to be lots of little kelid tadpoles in about 9 months, right? So we have to be sure we're out of town by then, right?
They might need some magical assistance for that level of interbreeding.
They will not get pregnant the way we did it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And thus yet another podcast with the explicit tag put on it.
You can only get pregnant when she's on her period, right?
Yes.
Right. Especially when he's a frogman spreading his spawn.
You must keep this smut in fantasy. No?
Right.
All right. So we woke up.
Sounded like we really hit things off in a diplomatic way with the Kelids. Sounds like from a recap perspective, it sounds like the king or this noble was essentially kicked out of his tribe because of technology, right? He's got a cybernetic arm. But others seem to either not like the current king or like the cut of this guy's jib, because we've already seen some nomadic tribes show up at Scrapwall to swear fealty to this guy, is what we saw the other night, right? Like a whole bunch of them came into town. And
Yes.
so it sounds like we kicked things off with it pretty well and seem to have a good rapport with this guy.
I think some of the children figured out I'm an android and weren't horrified or tried to kill me. So,
of course, saying that to
us, with us.
Yeah, exactly. Saying that out loud around them to us didn't help your disguise either, right?
well,
Hey, I think they know I'm an android, guys, despite my best efforts.
hey, I used a chamber pot and everything.
There's only 2 people that can detect androids, right? All right. Okay, so I think that was pretty much it. Our plan was to still get more scrap worth in town, but we did get those Silex charges, and we still have the detonators from where we collected them. Did we find the detonators at the Manticore lair, and the Silex charges we found in the crashed spaceship, right?
I believe the detonators Red Tooth gave us for rescuing her brother as part of the reward. It was in one of the boxes.
Right.
Gotcha.
So let's go blow some stuff up.
In the middle of, are you going in the daytime?
Sure, why not? You don't want to go in the middle of the daytime?
I think
have
it'll
no
make.
problem.
I think it might make a better show at night, especially if they are going to be doing an arena.
Well, the thing is, like, do they have an arena every day? I thought they only did that, like, whenever they're trying to show, force or power, or probably what they use is, like, humiliation, right?
Well, I mean, if we blow up the receiver array now, we might take the mind meddler with it if it's really a thing and it's still there and not just part of people's hallucinations. But then we get a chance of being drafted to the arena while we're low on resources if it happens the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Although day is the best time to observe and figure out the exact great place for placement of take down their rate.
Fair.
I mean, do they need to know that we blew it up?
That's the scrap worth part of it, right?
Yeah.
But do they need to know right away?
I would say that's pretty important before somebody else takes credit for it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure most of the other gangs won't want to take credit for it because it's going to draw some ire, and we'll have been seen going up that path.
Not if there's someone who's really good at being sneaky and can dodge people's sight at any moment and can never be seen by anyone.
Well, true. If he wants to run up there on his own and just place everything while we're there, Do we know the range of these detonators?
I mean, you can make me an engineering check if you like.
I do like.
We'll try that as well, or I can aid.
30.
I think that's fine. Yeah, it's 40-foot radius.
The explosion or the
I have
distance
to
of
be
the
40 feet
detonators?
from the explosives when I.
Oh, the detonators. Yes. You don't know. 40 foot from the explosion would make a bad mistake. Detonator. I don't actually know the range, but I remember it being quite far.
1, 2, 5. 3, sir. 3.
400 kilometers.
Detonator has a range of 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Which one has a range of 1,000 feet?
The detonator.
The detonator? Okay.
Yeah. It can be used to trigger cranial bombs, silex, and other explosives remotely.
Cranial bombs, you say?
Mhm.
Ooh.
What did you say the range was? 1,000 feet?
Yeah.
1,000 feet.
So how far is it from where we're standing to the receiver array?
Less than 3
Good.
squares, right? Aren't they 400 feet wide, the big squares?
And where are you standing?
Uh,
I assumed you were back at Hawk Palace.
Which will be quite a ways.
Yeah, Hawk Palace is thousands of feet away from the receiver array.
well, I was trying to think like on the map where we can go to actually be in range with the receiver array.
Yeah, on the map, we'd have to be down that valley pretty far.
Yeah,
Because remember,
the
each one of those
magical
squares
path.
each one of those squares is 400 feet. So we're less than 3 squares away. We have to be from that receiver array on the map. So
Fair
it's pretty
enough.
close. Because I had thought maybe it'd be cool to be on top of the scrap wall, overlooking the arena or kind of in view of everyone, and say, "All right, that's it. This thing goes away," and then we just hit the button and watch it blow up behind us, kind of like all badass style. But now no one's going to see it now, right?
I mean, as long as you're 50 feet away, you're not going to get caught in the explosion, right?
Well, it was more about being really far away and having the town populace see it from a distance, right? But we can't. So basically, if we coordinate that thing, didn't you have some kind of cantrip spell? Didn't Alexander have a cantrip spell to send a message over a distance? Like if I was there ready to push the plunger, or you were, and we said, okay, we're going to blow this array up and then tell you remotely via magic to hit the button.
I mean, I could spontaneously cast one. I don't have any grand ones for that, but directly. I mean, I think they'll get the idea because it's going to be pretty loud and noticeable from across most of Scrapple, I'm guessing.
Well, I mean, I guess they're gonna know that we did it, right? Like everything else we've done in the town, they have all figured out that it was us.
They've got spies everywhere, and when none of the other gangs are going to have done it, it's either going to be us or some mysterious outsider that came in.
So, do we want to go to the receiver array in the morning and then see what happens, or do we want to wait until nighttime, or do you think we're able to figure out the engineering part at night for the receiver array?
Probably. I've still got pretty good vision.
We just lose Bill.
Yeah. I hit the back button.
Oh.
Mouse.
Like you would think, are constantly backing in and out of this game.
It's that Mac Magic mouse. It's like you move your finger the wrong way, and it's like, oh, you mean to go backwards?
Yeah, I need to disable that on a profile for this.
Yeah. No shit.
I had your video for a minute, and now I don't.
Yeah, it's refreshing right now. So.
Okay, cool. All right.
I mean, there's always the chance that mind meddler wasn't entirely in your mind and is still up there too, and will make you have bad feelings and thoughts.
Well, something was jacking with my mind. There was something there that was messing with me.
That's what you said, and you did appear to have a little wisdom damage, although it is hard to tell.
It wasn't just me though; it was somebody else in the party too.
I believe
Me.
that
Was
Tatia,
Whit?
right?
Me, yeah, Tatia did.
So it's probably something valid, actually. That or she just had empathy.
Well, there was something there that messed with me and Tatia while we were there.
Well, I'm either immune or lucky. Probably immune, because I'm better.
You know, in the androidness.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I don't do fear, so it seemed to be playing on fear.
Just wave a magnet over your head, and it keeps it out, right? Aluminum foil hat.
So,
I brought my foil hat. Woo!
so do we want to go in the morning, or are we going to wait until nighttime to do this?
I vote morning because I am not stealthy anyways.
Yeah, let's do morning. It's not like we don't necessarily not want people to see us for this, right?
Okay.
But do we want people to like try and stop us though? Like,
I think the only ones that would try are the Lords of Rust, which if they happen to like run into the explosion would be lovely, but
Third time we've done
I don't know. Like with the robot, we barely did like a third of it.
Once we go there, we don't have to detonate it right away. But since it's got a limited range, I just say we, get our escape route planned out. Like, do we really want to come down the entranceway? I think we want to exit from the. Because isn't there 2 ways into that valley? Hal,
Right.
Forgive me. I think there was the
only
one that we went
there's
in
only
through
one way in.
the Crimson Red Tooth Raiders, right? And then if we were to continue going east, we would end up a little bit closer to the haunted area, right?
Yeah, well, the haunted areas, the haunted area is not haunted anymore, right? The mist. So all we know, yes.
I believe that whole area is in the.
Okay, nobody's saying anything. Hello,
Rust area.
Yes, we can hear you.
You can't hear us. Lost audio again. Hey, Belle, we can hear you.
His faces when he can't figure out audio are funny.
Somebody message him.
No, don't. Let's just leave him alone.
Which is flat out hilarious. So you could go along the Manticore path, which basically drops you down at the bottom of the array, or you can go around the top of the arena and come down past the back of it.
I think we should go through the Manticore area, because we can also see if maybe some of the Lords of Rust are like searching that area, because the whole mist is gone, right? Like there could be people moving into that area, just like we cleared out Morrow's area and people moved into Morrow's, the Smiler's base.
I mean, the one thing that Scrapball isn't is not full of opportunists, so it's definitely full of those. So if somebody's cleared an area, somebody's going to go in and see if they can scrap it.
Yep. And then we'll find out if those poltergeists are still around.
Yeah, I vote we just go down to the Manticore area since we know the area.
The other area
what I was saying, I think my sound. Sound cut out. I don't know.
You sound like a drunk robot.
No, he sounds like a drunk robot.
What's wrong? Hello?
I've never met so many people that have so many issues.
I'm telling you, it's Discord tonight. Discord.
No, I don't think it's Discord, honestly.
Really? You think it's us, do you, Tim? Tim should send us all new microphones. That's what we should do.
I really think, like, some of us have no issues, and certain people on this broadcast have issues like every week or every other week. So,
hey, Tim, I have like 40 times the tech you do to get part of this game. That's all I'm saying.
Are you sure you're doing it properly, Hal?
Hey, come help me, Tim. I could do with a production assistant. That's funny. And no, maybe I'm not doing it properly. All right. I like how Wit's very amused at the fact that Bill's like a robot and then he's vanishing.
I'm trying to get people to acknowledge if they can hear me, and no one's saying anything, and I'm shutting everything off.
You, Phil.
Like, we can hear you, but you couldn't hear us.
Okay.
But now we can hear you.
Okay. And then when we started talking one time, you just sounded like a robot.
That was probably because everything was starting up. Lag. Sorry.
We're good. We're back. I do have technical problems.
So
I'm here, but if I drop off of Roll20, I'm having to take care of some stuff. So if I drop off of Roll20, I'm still on the audio though.
Okay.
So what I thought I was saying, and I don't even know when I cut out, but I was thinking if there was 2 ways in and out of that receiver array, I'm wondering if we should go in one way and get out the other. I
think the other route is through the Lords of Rust territory, Right
Yeah,
above.
literally through the Lords of Rust territory. Yeah.
Do you need the map, or do we not need the map?
No, we don't need a map. I don't think. I just didn't know if we wanted to go in through the Lords of Rust territory and then leave through the other part of town. But I guess we don't have to overanalyze it. If we go in through the was it the Red Tooth Raiders?
It's the Manticore. It's the Manticore's path.
Yeah.
Past the Manticore den.
Cool. If we go in and out that way, then people will know it was us, right? So that's good.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know what people were deciding when I was incommunicado. But the Lords of Rust were sort of waiting at the end of that. Isn't that where the mad robot came out and the Lords of Rust were there? Maybe they were waiting for us, but they just happened to meet that robot instead. You know, we got to think of that.
Is technically their area, the whole receiver array. That is technically their turf. So.
But it seems like they abandoned it though, because we haven't run into anybody else from Lords of Rust in that area.
Well, they probably killed all those.
Or something did, right?
That were in there.
So they So they received all the resources out of that area. So I don't think they give two shits about that receiver array.
Not until there's some place they can steal power from again, which
I don't know. Maybe they already did it and they got all the usage. Maybe they don't have the tech to do it again. They just abandoned it, right?
Yeah. Well, they took the batteries out at least, so they got some power. But
yeah, I don't think they're going to come back. I think it's done and over with, right? And they're getting closer to their goal. Whatever they're doing at the arena or whatever they're excavating or whatever. But honestly, I think they're done with the receiver array area. That's why we haven't seen anybody there.
I'm just a little worried after seeing them take down the robot golem that we're not ready to.
There was 3 of them, and they're pretty good. So
I thought there was like more than that, like 4 or 5.
No, there was 3. No,
okay.
There was 3. One of them was an Etin, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean 5-on-1. I think we can take them, but 1-on-1, I'm not so sure.
That's a fair observation. 3-on-5, I'm not sure about either. I don't know whether you would have taken those 5, or those 3.
Then again, I don't know if our invitation to the arena will be slaughter or slow kill, or what happens if we do well or
right. It's times. Who knows what's gonna happen? Who knows?
Well, let's go down to the receiver array and go through the Manticore.
Okay. You wander through the marketplace and you say, like, nod to the Steelhawks and say hi to the Red Tooth Raiders, and you walk up the Manticore path, stopping for a little beignet at that nice cafe, and then you continue. You can say, oh, one person caught that nice little tea tale, but that's okay. You continue down the Manticore path past the terrible lair of the Manticore, and it doesn't seem to have anything in it again. You continue down and you get to the receiver array. I mean, people pass this way now. It seems to be a safe way from one side to the other. Get down to the bottom of the receiver array and everyone drinks.
And everybody drinks.
Is there anybody here, Hal?
There are people around here. I mean, there's general gang members from the Lords of Rust. Just like, you know, up-and-coming street thug types who do work for them. There's the odd kind of disgraced smiler. There's people over here who have stores. There's urchins.
No, I'm talking about at the receiver array.
Oh, as you walk up the cavern to the receiver array, you see, not really. There are some people here, you think, but not. They're mostly like people who have started to move into this area and kind of making it their space.
Is there anybody making it their space at the receiver array? The area where we're about to.
Yes, it's further up in the canyon where you dropped that robot. There seems to be somebody's built like a couple of hovels up in the top there. It seems like they're starting to kind of excavate into the wall to make some of the houses that were there. I mean, as the stairs collapsed, pretty much. It's difficult for them to get up into the wall without climbing, but it looks like somebody's put a rope ladder up one side. Looks like some people are starting to move in here. I mean, space doesn't take long to fill in this area.
So how are we gonna blow up the receiver array if people have moved in here?
Ooh,
I'm
push a
sorry,
button.
there seems to be a... Yeah, exactly. What's the problem?
I mean, we can tell them to leave. It's like, okay, fireball
Yeah.
coming in the room.
Absolutely.
All right.
So the receiver array is a huge tower that straddles the top of this canyon, with an enormous dish on top attached to it.
So Alexander, this is your part. Yeah.
Yeah, can I try and figure out a structurally optimal place we could place 1 to 3 charges of Silex to take this thing down?
Structurally optimal. Yes, make me an engineering check.
I would like to
Structurally
aid.
optimal.
I would like to aid.
If I aid and I fail, does that hurt their?
It
Aid.
can, yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna do it then.
Only a 28 this time.
Oh, I'm
Hold
sorry, just a 28.
I might give you a
you-
+2.
Make me give you a -2 on a 4. Alexander thinks that there's a section where it seems like the huge dish connects to like some kind of arm that clearly is designed to move the dish, and it's attached to the top of the tower. I think it's probably the best place to put it is on that juncture, and you think 1 charge of Silex, if correctly placed, should actually basically disconnect the dish from the rest of the tower.
Excellent. And who's our best climber?
Buligup, right?
Because he has a climb speed, right?
That's right.
He does have a climb speed.
Yeah.
Oui, I am a very good climber, no?
He is a very good climber. It is true. He is a very good climber, although he's not that great at engineering and placing Silex charges.
Do we need some device action going on to mesh with this, or
What?
is disabled device then something we might need, or?
Honestly, disable device may work. Yes, that would work.
So
Yeah, so if Buligup climbs up and we use that rope technique, I think that will be fine.
So, working with the Silex carries penalties if you don't have the technologist feat. Just remembering that.
So that's me.
And I believe Kiernan has technologist, don't you?
I think he just has the archaeologist.
You have the archaeologist background.
Yeah.
Well,
yes,
I mean,
then it's you.
Oh dear.
I mean, the penalties are reasonably severe, but they're not disgustingly bad.
So what's
It's just getting up there. We just have to get up there, right? It's not a matter of all 3 of us can get up there.
Sure.
3 of who?
Well, I mean, everyone can get up there if they want. It's more about Kiernan for placing it, or basically disabling it in the right spot, and Alexander to tell me where to place it.
Cool.
Buligup is there to help get the rope up initially, and then once he pitons it in there, ties it off properly, then we can use the rope to climb up, and then it's a climb rope DC.
Right. I mean, climbing ropes is easy, especially if they're knotted. Thank you, Hybrid12, for the subscriptions. Appreciate it. Woohoo. So, I mean, Buligup could climb up, tie off a rope, and you can climb up it. I mean, that's not going to be too difficult. That gets you up kind of there. You're going to be pretty high up and pretty obvious once you're up there as well. It's not a place where you can hide your intentions.
What if I climb up and we rig a pulley and just lift Alexander all the way to the top?
It's like a crank on there. Just lift him up.
Bucket.
Put him in a bucket.
Well, what about the poltergeist? What about the scary mind thing that was in this area? Maybe we spend the time during the day to scurry these people out of here because of the quote dangers.
They apparently haven't found it, so it probably moved on.
You're speculating. They may just be like, oh, it's in that room and we don't go there. But we're saying that we're going to, we were tasked with destroying it, and so we need you guys to clear out for the night and then do this at night.
Well, how many people are in this area next to the dish?
I don't know. You can't see them all because some of them are in houses, some of them aren't here. You guess maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 families have moved in here.
Do you want to negotiate with them while
There's some kids here, but most of the people are just kind of scrappers and stuff, just moved in to see what they can steal.
So, if we disable the dish, will it come crashing down?
The way you're going to disable it, most likely it will break the dish off of the stand. Yes.
All right, then we're going to have to get these people a GTFO then.
Well, I could go up there and try and place it while you guys work on negotiating with the people, because that's not my strong suit.
We could negotiate them out, or we could scare them out.
I can intimidate them out. I can finally use my intimidate skill.
Well, yeah. And if that doesn't work, my setting off the explosives will definitely intimidate them.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice. That is very, very intimidating, I think.
Just take a big shit in the middle of everyone while staring them in the eye.
That's pretty intimidating, let's not lie.
You, Nick. My God.
You gotta maintain eye contact, though, and smile.
That is so... sounds like you have experience with this, Hal.
Hey, I used to do archaeology. I've shot in a lot of fields, Tim.
He also has ridden
Let me get a drink. Be right back.
before. That's common practice on the subways.
Right, that is true. Especially if you can find a quiet corner.
Oh
Goodness.
What if he takes a shit and I just start wanking it in the middle of everyone?
That would be superb, I think. That would scare everybody into thinking they've come to the right place for a good entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, self-love and a scat show. Who could have thought it would have been any better?
How high up is this area on the dish I think I should place explosives on?
If you can climb up onto the top of the wall, it's about another 20 or 30 feet up to the join where you think you need to put the Silex.
Okay.
So all told above the canyon floor, you're probably talking about 80 or 90 feet. That's maybe 100 feet.
I mean, could he give me a pretty good crash course on how to... Because it's not like I understand if you don't have the feet, you take penalties, but how hard is it to use, I guess?
To place it correctly to actually damage the disc will require a disable device check, and if you don't have the technologist feat, the disable device check is at significant penalties.
But is it possible for Alexander to kind of tell me where I need to place it? You know,
No,
maybe. I mean, I could let him aid you, but he would have to be there, and you don't have disable device either, do you?
I don't think
I do have some disable device and technologist.
That's cool.
I could spontaneously cast either air step or spider climb to actually get me up there.
I do have disable device.
You guys aren't trained in it, though.
Do you have a rank in it, Nick?
No, but I'm proficient in it.
We need to bob a rank in it for you and get you some points in it, because they've got a good dex, and it might be helpful to have you as a secondary.
I think technically I have a free rank, because at the bottom it says total ranks 14 out of 15.
Oh, are you a skill rank short?
I think so. I think you did not give me a.
Oh, if you're a skill rank short, then you could add it there if you wanted. I have no problem with you spending your skill ranks. What often happens with these character sheets is when you're scrolling, it'll dop skill ranks if you scroll over the wrong place, which is tremendously annoying.
I do have it's a prerequisite for Technomancer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I thought of that, I thought about either putting it in, I guess disable device would probably be the best one to do it in.
So, why are we going down this path? Because I have a plus 13 in disable device. Why don't I just go up there?
Well, you don't have technologist, though.
So neither does he.
No,
but
I do.
Climbing.
I have technologist. I've only got an 8 in disable device, but...
What are you doing?
I mean, if you two want to climb up there and do it. Because I think it's going to take both of y'all. I mean, I think because you need a technologist and you need a disabled device, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to take 2 people going up there. If
Well-
Alexander and Kiernan want to go up there, because no one has them both, right?
I have them both. I'm just not as good at disabled devices, Kiernan.
I mean, how good at disabled device do you need to be?
Oh, this thing we don't know. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to have to make a roll for it, right?
Right. I'm really good at engineering side of things.
Because I'm pretty sure it's like there's like a certain DC he's going to have to make it to be a to accomplish it.
Is it possible is it possible to roll engineering to see how difficult it's going to be to plant these things?
I mean, for Thing, he doesn't actually. To him, it's not a problem, right? He thinks it's relatively easy because he understands the process, but he knows that it's not simple. It's not a straightforward process.
Yeah. So I could scamper up there, stick it on there with a bit of ion tape, and come back and.
So disable device cannot be used untrained, and if you don't have technologist, you are using the skill as if it was untrained.
Hmm.
So you cannot even attempt to place the Silex without the feat.
Okay, so I'm the only one that can really place it.
Right. You are the only one that can. If I'm reading this right, and what I'm reading in technologist says. Technologist. It's a good job some of you have it, otherwise you'd just be like, well, let's give it a shot. Stick a bit here, a bit there.
Yeah, let's stick all 3 charges at random spots and see what happens.
Those 3 holes in things. So technologist says you are considered to be trained in any skill used against a technology-based subject.
Right.
If the skill in question requires training to use even against non-technology subjects, you must have ranks in the skill in order to gain the benefit of having technologist. Normally, you treat all skill checks made against technology as if you were as if they were untrained skill checks. This may mean that you cannot attempt certain skill checks even if you possess ranks in the skill in question. So because you are not because it's disabled device, and disabled device is a skill that you cannot attempt untrained, you cannot do it without the technologist feat.
And I have the feat and 5 ranks in disabled device.
It doesn't mean Bill or whoever can't go up and aid you in it. They just cannot be the one to do it.
I would
Now, is the need for technologists because of using the plastique?
Correct. It's because it's a technology item. So if you're using technology with your skill, you need technologist. Otherwise, you're rolling it as if it's untrained. And most skills you can use untrained, but some of them you cannot, including disabled device.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like because we were doing it on like a technological tower. Like that wouldn't make sense.
Oh no, the tower itself is fine. You've identified where you need to put it. It's just now putting it there in the correct fashion. It's using the plastique and placing it correctly.
Can we make like a pulley system to help Alexander get up there?
I mean, sure.
Because I have.
I mean, I can climb up there and throw down a rope.
Yeah, the DC 5 with rope. You know.
Okay, I'm just trying to make it easier for Alexander because strength is not his. Being physical is not his specialty. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible for him.
It is about 100 feet up to where that is. I mean, it's not all empty air. You'll climb up the wall and cut across and then climb up the legs. But I mean, it is a significant climb.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it easy for Alexander.
Appreciated. So if you guys string rope, Kiernan and I climb up, and Tatia, since she's very good with people, and maybe Ikezu, try to convince the people to move on before we drop the array on their head.
Kez 2 is good with people?
No.
Intimidation.
Intimidation. No. Yes.
What?
But I think Tatia should be, because her character is very charismatic. She should do the talking. If that doesn't work, then.
Well, yeah, she
That's
tries to
pretty
convince him. If she can't, you go berserk and
Booga booga booga.
Yeah. Booga booga booga, and they'd run off.
for their own good.
Booga booga booga.
And if you can get any Lords of Rust members to flee towards the array at the same time, bonus. It's a twofer.
Twofer.
All right, so let's get the rope up there and let's get this show started.
Yeah.
So Buligup could take a rope up. I'm guessing you have 100-foot of rope. I mean, I guess you're just running it around, so it's going to support your climb.
I do have 100 feet of rope on me. I'm pretty sure everybody else.
You're carrying 100-foot of hemp rope. I mean, that's so heavy.
Yeah, it's still within my load limit. My strength.
100-foot. You're carrying 100-foot of rope.
Yes.
That's a
Wow.
crazy amount of rope to be carrying as one character. Okay, so you carry 100-foot of rope around with you, and Buligup drags it up and drops it down, making sure that it's in good places for Alexander to attempt his climb.
I will attempt to start.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Buligup.
What'd you say? You're going to climb up?
Yes.
Can Buligup
Make me
aid him to climb?
I mean, he could. He could technically do a climbing check to aid him, yes.
That would be lovely, because physical exertion is not my forte.
+2's a +2.
Physical exertion is for those who don't use their brains for things.
Okay, so do I need to do a climb roll then?
You do if you want to aid Alexander, yes.
Okay.
That's great. You're not very helpful. The problem is you just climb, right? You don't have to show. He just does it naturally
Just
because
stick your
he's
feet down there.
yeah. Just put your fingers on and use your suckers, and they're just like what?
Clench your toes. That's the
Alexander.
secret. Clench your toes.
Clench your toes. Alexander, make your roll.
13.
It's good. You gotta to get up there. You're gonna need to make me another 3 rolls, and the higher you go, the further you fall.
Can I continue to, if he's having to roll each time, can I roll to help each time? Okay.
Hey, Hal, aren't we forgetting the pluses for using a rope on his roll?
It's not
There
a
are no
plus.
pluses for using a rope. It just drops the difficulty.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, makes sense.
Alright, so for the next roll, after he's yelled at me for being like, hey, just use your hands and your toes. I don't understand what his problem is.
I don't have those kinds of toes.
That's better. Okay, you get +2.
15.
Use roll craft instead of
Craft
climb.
mechanical.
Yeah, hold on. So, I'm trying to click with... let me see if it'll click. There we go. Oh, that is not good.
No, but then Alexander rolled craft mechanical instead of climb.
Oh, So I
Both rolled craft. You just
16
got like
for climb.
you got like 25 foot up this wall and decided to sit down and do some knitting or some shit.
I wanted to get my bad roll away on a wrong roll. So.
All right, so you climb. That's so craft mechanical. You climb up again. You're about halfway up, starting to get to the stanchions at the bottom of the dish.
Oh shit!
I'm really getting tempted just to burn 2 spell slots so I can go up there.
Okay, well, okay, so he needs what? One more roll?
Come on, you're about 50 feet up the 100-foot at this point.
All right. So
I'm like trying to put my hands out and try to catch him if he falls.
Well, that would be great, because then you'll both take the damage.
I feel like I was even less helpful on this climb. Let's see if I'm a bit more helpful this time.
It'd be helpful. That's pretty helpful. +2 again. Oh, an 8.
Oh.
He kind of he's struggling. He's getting tired, but with the rope's help and your help, he does not fall. And you're 75 feet up in the air. You're almost there. I mean, it's only 7d6 damage if he does fall. So.
Oh.
Oh, then I need to get back down. Should I just?
And then you have to do the back down way.
Just up a spider climb.
Nope, that's
Buligup is less than helpful now because he's basically stuck upside down. Oh, you did craft again. That's still a 9. That's 9's still not good.
So I'm not helpful, but I'm not less than helpful.
All right, what?
Exactly, you're not less than helpful. I mean, that's the problem with you kind of sticking above him and looking down at him, going, "Let's go."
14.
I mean, 14. Okay, you make it up to where you need to be. You're terrified. The wind is blowing up here. There's sand being blown into your eyes. You can see the whole terrible city of Scrapwall laid out below you like a gymongous, stinking junkyard.
Can I use my as he's putting on the explosives? Can I use my flaps to kind of shield his vision or shield him from the wind a bit?
Sticky butted to the wind.
No, like I've got like arm flaps, right?
Patagia, yeah. Oh, that's going to be great. You can just jump off here and float down to the ground.
Wait, does that mean I can ride him down rather than having to climb back down?
No.
I mean, he's pretty small, so I mean, you'd have to stand on him, and you'd probably both plummet to your death. So no, that's not what you can do. Maybe if you cast a large person on him, maybe then you could think about it.
Can I block the wind from so that he doesn't have problems seeing or anything as he's placing these?
You can like put up like a little patagia and kind of block some of it while he works. Bill, are you going up there to help?
You should. I was going to, yeah, but I was waiting for them to get through their thing. I'm a decent climber, but not all that great, so I might need help too.
I'll nod off the rope so that
We'll need 4 checks unless Bully.
I'll climb back down to help.
It's strength based, so I'm only +2.
All right, so let's see. On the first one.
So 10 for the first roll.
Okay, you start your climb, and Buligup helps you. So you are climbing.
Yeah, so I'm climbing with the second one. I don't know what this craft is that he's doing.
It's because he's using a tablet. He's clicking more than one button when he goes to roll.
Yes, I do apologize.
So the third one is I need an aid there, so he aided me and got me to a 6.
No, hold on. Now, Buligup aided you. You're rolling too fast. I think that was the second aid. So Buligup needs to roll the third aid, which was your 4. So if he fails to aid you, you're plummeting 75 feet to the ground unless you can grab the thing. Buligup, are you helping him, or
can I push him away so he can't?
22. Naturally, you slip, and Buligup saved you.
What a hero!
That's a nat 20, isn't it?
By the frog. That is a nat 20. You saved Kiernan. Could have literally.
Falling is a reflex save. I would have just dodged the ground. Don't worry.
Dodged the ground. Totally. That would true.
In the words of DJs everywhere, I would like to say, wow.
So one more?
Nice. One more, and one more aid from Buligup. 15 is good. So you clamber up with Buligup's help to the receiver array. Alexander is up there clinging on with both hands, trying to figure out how to put this Silex on without moving. And you arrive. You can see where the mechanical joins are in this thing and where you think you need it to go to best disable it. And you discuss it with Alexander. And you can make an aid roll for disable device in order to aid Alexander's disable device.
Now, see, the thing is the way I was reading this was arming the explosives is the technologist feat. Knowing where to place it is totally disable device. I can do that without having
placing it correctly is part of the technologist feat. He's still placing a technological device.
Hey, Rebecca.
Okay.
Hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
Since this is technology based, is this one of those weird instances where actually using the spell would help?
I mean, technologist, or what a technomancy?
Technomancy.
Does it do?
Let's see. Spell functions as tech magic, except it detects presence of technical objects instead of magic. Spell grants you the technologist feat for the purpose of attempting knowledge engineering checks to identify properties of technological items in your possession.
No.
If you already possess this feat, you gain a +10 on knowledge engineering checks.
Pretty nice if you really want to know what something does.
Yeah.
No, but you do get a +2 from Kiernan helping you with disable device.
Okay, so
Should I roll this check so you don't know what it is? Because that would be so much funnier.
Sure.
You do.
Oh, go on, roll it. Roll it. Go on. I'll let you know.
Does it disable?
Disable device. Yes.
27.
Really?
29.
So
29.
29. Okay, you place it. You think you've got it in the right place. I mean, Kiernan's pretty happy with where it is. You're pretty happy with where it is. Buligup doesn't care where it is. As long as he probably gets to press the button. So you have to use a charge on the detonator before you leave. It has to be in presence of the charge.
Okay.
So basically, the detonator keys to the charge, and then you press the button and it explodes. So you use your charge now to key it, and then when you press the button, it explodes.
Okay. Charge the explosive.
Which is weird. I always thought you like pop out a thing and you stick it in the charge, but no. Apparently, you just kind of wave it around and use a charge, and it keys to the explosive.
Like a fob. Woo.
That's right. Wibbly, wibbly, wibbly.
We Bluetooth.
How do you get back down?
Climb. Carefully.
By the way, it looks like the ePicks allow disable device on technology without penalty.
ePicks allow technology without penalty.
So mechanical locks, devices, and technological items, electronic devices without penalty. Blah blah blah. So I don't know if that's like a.
Which is interesting because there are technological devices in them.
Yeah.
Themselves too.
Right. I think Kiernan might need to get technologist.
I don't know when.
Yeah, it's like I took technomancy at the first level. I've never used it because I have technologist, and it's only good for identifying items apparently. So
technically, the ePick itself is a technological item. And it uses disable device, which would mean using an ePick would require the technologist feat if you're reading rules as written for technologist.
Fine. I mean, that makes them all but useless for just about anyone going through.
I'm not lying. It does make them all but useless. So we'll have to figure that out when we come down to it. But I think ultimately, if you actually read it rules as written, technologist feat is required. Otherwise, any skill where you cannot use it trained becomes untrained, and therefore disable device becomes unable to roll. You just can't do it. Hello, Tyrael. How are you?
All this technology is supposed to be very weird and strange to everybody.
Yeah, so, I mean, but that's an odd one, right? The ePick. I guess it makes sense, because it's not really a lock pick, is it? It's a set of devices that unlock electrical locks. It's not like just an electrical version of a normal set of picks, so it does make sense. So maybe we need to be casting things like technologist or technomancy on Kiernan when he does this.
Well, but if it's that limiting, I'd almost want to retcon and get rid of this archaeologist feat and do the technologist trait.
No, technologist is a feat, a full feat.
Not a trait.
Well, but I'm talking. There was like, wasn't there like campaign traits?
You took the archaeologist one that lets you, roll twice for
I know that's what I took because I thought that I didn't think
there's no campaign trait that gives you technologist. Technologist is a full feat.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
So I mean, archaeologist is good with technologist.
I just have to find a way to get that because I'm supposed to be the skill monkey of the group, and now I find that I can't do half of the stuff.
That's an interesting one. I mean, ultimately, that's pretty interesting. That does limit technology quite heavily in any adventure.
I really should have gotten Featherfall or a Ring of Featherfall before any of that.
I thought you were able to spontaneously cast that. That's why I was telling you not to spontaneously cast that other stuff. Because if you needed the feather fall, you needed to do it quick.
I can spontaneously cast it. It's a full round cast because it's 1 round per level of the spell for me to spontaneously
32 feet per second per second. Oh no, that's more than one. That's more than 6 seconds.
That's right. Bounces off the ground. That's pretty funny. Oh, how are you getting back down, everybody?
Climb.
You should do that. Go for it. Climb. Don't slip. It's 100 feet.
A balloon.
Oh, a balloon would be great. You should do
15?
that.
Am I down at rope?
15 is good. You start to climb down.
Luckily, I'm not terrified.
Have Nick.
Right.
I yell. Make sure Frog Boy is helping you.
So in the meantime, while they're floating down, is that whenever Ikestu and I would like to do our dual effort in clearing the space?
Yes.
Yes, that would be a good time. So Buligup's attempting to help Alexander, and he's talking about how he should use his Patagia better, and not helping in any way.
Whip that Patagia out. Let me see it.
Right, where's your Patagia? That bit's wrinkly. Is that what you're talking about?
14.
He's continuing to climb. 2 more.
I say,
3 more?
Go on
Yeah,
this.
2 more. Well, technically, you can go 1 more and drop, but there's still 25 feet. 2 more.
Technically.
19.
That's craft mechanical again.
It's
They
right
mostly
below
come
it.
out at night.
Oh.
Oh, you're okay. You stumble down that 50 to 25 foot, but you're okay because you've got your rope in place. You're doing all right. You just need not less than a 5, basically.
Right. So let me just roll mine, and then if I get less than 5, then Buligup can roll his aid to see if it would matter.
Well, we'll assume he's aiding you anyway, so...
Yeah, but he doesn't have to roll 4 times.
You need 1 more roll there thing, right?
Oh. 15.
And he's good. Alexander hits the ground, and then Kiernan starts his climb with Buligup
And
next
then
to
I
him.
immediately
Please
click the
rephrase that.
button. Oh, no.
Press the button.
Press then I get down and press the button.
You know,
You are more than 40 feet away, right? And then you can run, and this huge dish can roll down the canyon after you all.
You know what? I can see this looks as Alexander's face where Guardians of the Galaxy with Groot when he's in there when he's about to blow it and he's like, "Don't press this button." And I am Groot and he's about to press it.
Groot? No, not that one. All right, so I'm gonna climb once. Successful.
I'm once climbed
Successful.
twice, lady.
Successful.
Right.
Successful. 21. I land with a flourish.
You do, but you looked really
Like a somersault.
it looked really crap coming down that first 75 feet.
But at the end, you pulled out some like aerial tricks.
Right?
I'm just kind of amazed that he's not that much better than me at climbing.
Well, Bulligup's only got a +2. I got a +2. You got a +2. It's all strength based.
No, Alexander has a -2.
Oh, I thought he.
No, he has a -2.
Oh, I thought that 4 he would have fell then.
So that's
okay.
after the -2.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up.
Well, doesn't
so-
Wake Up Patagia only let him glide the 10 feet? Last 10
Yeah,
feet?
it does. It just lets him glide a little bit before he plummets to his death, which is weird because I guess it means he can glide. It can glide horizontally, right? I'm quite sure what it actually.
He's like a
does.
cartoon, the Wile E. Coyote in the suit where he goes out and he starts to slow down and then stop and then looks.
It's like
And our cartoon characters basically gravity is null and void until you notice it.
That's it.
As soon as you look down,
Yes.
then it kicks in. So
That's not a lie, honestly. I mean, that's true of anything. Looking down and wanting to jump, it's not a good idea. A glider, where is it here? Glider Grippli's aerodynamic bodies and thick webbing between their toes enable a falling Grippli to treat the distance fallen as half the actual distance. The Grippli can steer himself while falling, moving horizontally up to a number of feet equal to half the vertical distance fallen. The Grippli cannot use this trait while wearing heavy armor, carrying a heavy load, or being able to react to the fall. Hello, Kitty.
So his helmet pretty much nullifies it.
Well, look, that's just going to drop off his head if he falls, right?
Right.
Hey, Rebecca, he thinks this is a treat I'm eating.
It's freaking cute.
Watch.
No, kitty. No,
Uh-oh.
kitty.
Becca, look. Watch.
So, how's the clearing the people out of here effort going?
Oh, we haven't done
Let's
that
find
yet.
out. Oh, what's the tactic here?
Tatia's going to use her charisma. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try to scare him.
That's right.
So you go up to the first kind of metal hovel in the wall.
I go up to the and I cough and go I heard that this place was really full of bed bugs and man, really sucks. So people should just leave. And then I'm gonna see if somebody's like, what?
The
So-
COVID.
Notice that I'm
Okay.
talking about how gross this area is.
Looking into the hovel, you see that somebody's lying on what looks like a bedroll. They don't seem to move when you come up to them.
And I heard they have large, pointy fangs, and that they give you spots that itch, and you can't have sex anymore. They've totally ruined sex forever. You can't have it.
Oh,
Is anybody? Nobody's worried about this at all. Nobody wants to know.
The person in the hovel in front of you, who you're attempting to woo with your great tactics, hasn't moved at all since you started talking.
All right, so I'm going to walk over to it and kick whoever's in the bedroll and tell him, get out of here, and
Okay, you kick
I'm just
them.
going to
You
kick him in the side. The
them,
dish is
they
about...
they roll forwards onto their face. They were clearly on their side.
do you remember that wisdom damage you suffered?
Yeah.
Do you know what happens if somebody loses all their wisdom from that?
What?
They basically go catatonic and become a vegetable like that.
So you think that that's what happened to that person?
Well,
Oh,
I
so
mean, currently he's face down in his bedroll, so it's difficult to tell with Iketsu kicking him. So
That or the bed bugs killed him, you know.
Oh God.
The evil
with the
bed
big fangs.
the itchy purple spots. Yeah.
Undo the bedroll. Is the person alive?
Yeah, they are alive. I mean, give me a heal check if you want. They look afeared, and their eyes are just staring blankly at the ceiling.
Oh.
Well, I would say and we notice that everybody looks like this, or is this just these particular?
The majority of people do look. I mean, you've noticed that there was some movement here, but most people are just sitting, staring at nothing.
All right, I'm going to start dragging them out.
The people who are moving seem to be going through the other people's stuff.
Hey, what do you think? And Tatia would try to figure out why they're going through other people's stuff. So maybe she
Ain't
would
gonna need it. They just push past you and leave.
So I grab my axe out, and I'm going to tell them, scram, and give them the eye.
They're already scramming.
Oh, I want to do an intimidation check.
I don't think we have to.
They were already leaving.
Out of here.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, no matter what you rolled, they were going to leave.
But
really
with his
wanna waste
intelligence, he won't realize that and think, I did that. See that? They're afraid of me.
credit for how intimidating he is.
This place is cursed. I'm going to get rid of it.
Okay, so everybody's gone.
No, not everybody's gone. There's about 7 or 8 people here still catatonic and unable to move.
Okay, so then
I'm start dragging them out.
Tatia would want to pull them out and try to help them at least. And if we can't get them to do anything, we might as well drag them out. Is there something around that we may be able to load them onto and kind of drag them out, like a big blanket or a wheelbarrow or something like that?
I'm grabbing them by the legs and just dragging them.
Yeah.
Across the broken metal ground.
There are 7 to 8 people, so.
No, wait. Is anyone that can move already gone? And it's just these catatonic people?
Catatonic
The only people that were moving were looting the people that weren't.
Put them on the
Okay,
disc.
so the only people left are the people that are essentially immobile then. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Bottoms up.
Kids, thumbs up.
Thank you, Fury.
Mhm.
Yay! Oh gosh. Oh, bottoms up. Thank you.
Oh.
I will refill now.
I suggest we load people onto the disc and then haul them out of here.
Yeah, let's make it.
Is this all going on while we're planting the charges, or is this like a...
It can be, yes. They can be finding this out.
We were up there a long time. They have lots
You
of time
bottoms up the
without us.
bottle?
I bottoms up the thing you gave me. It wasn't full.
Aw.
It would take a lot to fill it, like many, many bottles of something.
It would kill you if you bottomed up that thing. That's
Yeah, right. It's like 2 or 3 bottles of wine.
yeah, that's like a horn from Valhalla itself. That shit right there.
It's apparently like a real. It's apparently an actual oxen horn, and it actually is like all transparency and cool.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is I could put like the like visit the Patreon on the bottom, so when I drink from it, they get advertising subliminally.
So Hal, then I will put them like in a container so I can start transporting them. That or I'll put the bodies on my shoulder one at a time.
I'll put them in a container.
Well, I mean, like I'll throw them on my shoulder and start carrying people out.
Alexander's haversack. We just got to hurry up before they run out of air. All done.
Right. Just throw. I don't think bodies will fit through the entrance.
The haversack's getting a little full, anyways.
All right, so I would Tatia and Ikestu be able to get everybody pulled out of here into a particular.
Sure. I mean, Ikestu could pick up people. Tachia's not that weak either, so she can probably do a little bit of lifty drag or whatever.
Yeah, like I can slump 1 or 2 over Kitty, and then I can grab like 2 people, 1 leg in each arm or each hand.
That might be how you break your cat's back, though, so you probably don't want to do that.
Really?
Yeah, they're not really designed for carrying weights.
Okay, so maybe 1 person?
Maybe no people, but that's okay.
Fine, no people.
Yeah, Ikestu's survival skill could create a gurney to drag behind the cat.
Isn't it a tiger? Is it not a tiger?
It is a tiger. You're going to talk about Battle Cat and the great terror that was.
I mean, tigers are strong as fuck, dude. They're like 900 pounds of muscle.
Hey, Hal, I'll use a survival to get the quickest way to get all these people out of here.
Throw them. Make a catapult.
By curing them with salt and making them into jerky. That's what survival will tell you the quickest.
Man, we got a lot of jerky.
Making them into iron rations.
Survival says, rather than pissing around, you should just carry them away.
I could do a floating disc that could hold 500 pounds.
Let's just drag them out.
Well, I'm picking them up and moving them out of their area. I mean, I said that earlier.
In the meantime, that's what we're doing. Hal, what happens next?
What happens next is everybody drinks.
All right.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, baby.
Cheers.
Magical.
Because Leah walked in right at the right time. That's good.
Leah!
Spill a bunch of whiskey
Hey,
on the
Becca,
carpet.
here, have the rest of these.
It'll smell
Thank
good.
you,
I ate a lot of
weaponized
it.
tits.
Yeah. I love you. I miss you.
It misses you. Look, Leah got me this, Phil.
Oh, nice.
They're awesome, by the way.
Yep, I got mine right here too. Yep.
She got me 2 clear ones and 2 black ones.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
The black ones are spectacularly cool because they just look black, and then you put whiskey in them, and they look like there's like a fire inside. They're pretty amazing.
Nice.
What is it?
Awesome.
It's a Norland glass. It's a specific glass for whiskey. It's got nubbins inside that make the whiskey taste nicer.
Interesting.
It's like scientifically crafted to aerate it properly.
Would you like to say hello?
Yes,
I got him on Kickstarter.
Yay.
You need to come over here because I'm got a little cold.
No.
Yeah.
What you booked in the lead.
Hal's only got a little cord.
We're all hearing about Hal's little cord. Sorry, buddy.
You're in camera. Come on in.
Congratulations
We
on
can't
the
see
map.
you.
Are you in? You're in.
I'm mostly in.
There we go.
I miss you.
Hey,
Yay! I missed.
Congrats at NASA. May your tenure at NASA be better than mine. I worked on spy satellite stuff with the military, so it was all wacky.
That's so freaking cool. You're so cool.
Close the door.
I will close the door.
Isaac, don't leave that on there.
I've got cross chat here. He won't let me talk.
Sorry, go talk. I'll go close the door.
Hey, Hal, so do I get all the people out of the rooms?
Leah, when are you coming to stay?
Have a chat.
What?
Sacramento?
When are you coming to stay? I have the sleeper sofa now, so now you have to come.
I mean, I do have a two week break between jobs, and I have no idea what the hell to do with that time.
Well, I guess you're
Two
gonna
things, Jack and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Or you
Jack
could
and
spend
shit.
more than half of that time driving to and from Reno because it's fucking far away.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? Actually, I would enjoy the drive in the
The
nice
drive is amazing.
weather
That horrible of a drive.
with my convertible.
Oh my god. Seriously, the biggest regret that I have is that I didn't have long enough to be able to time. Oh, there is some kind of moving truck outside. My door is open. Hold on.
These glasses
I
are
didn't get
great.
to see any of the Grand Canyon, even though I stayed in Flagstaff. So I was like, I could see that. What is it? The San Francisco volcanic field or whatever that's over there. I didn't get to go see the badass meteor crater park that's there, which is amazing. The pictures are great. I really want to go touch like the rocks all over Arizona. I just want to rub my fingers on all of them.
Okay, so if you want to be like a good geologist, you go and you lick them all.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Isaac keeps asking me now. He's like, Mom, can I lick this rock? And I'm like,
natural.
Well, that's what got me is all the people complaining about Prometheus of like, yeah, you're going to touch all these things and stuff. It's like, have you actually met field scientists, geologists, biologists, stuff? They're going to pet the snakes and taste the rocks and the dirt and chew on plants.
we lick rocks.
You know if they're salt. I mean, that's like
identifying the minerals and stuff. Like you lick it and they're is it salty? Is it chalky?
right off the bat, you know there's calcium.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Start identifying things immediately.
Oh man. Oh.
Hey, Hal, do you mind if I take a week and go drive up to
Is this
Reno
plant
and
astringent?
come back?
Well, does it taste bitter? Is it? Yeah.
Oh, he said yes.
Yay! You should do it. Please
Yes,
come.
that he minds, or yes, that
We
Yes,
don't
he
have
might.
a dining table yet, but we have a
Well,
couch.
actually, he said sure. So
Oh, that's sure.
Hey Hal! Hey Hal! Whit wants me to go and lick her rocks or something. I don't know what she's talking about.
Whitney wants me to go and lick her rocks.
Yeah,
There's pictures.
with me in Nevada.
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 Right?
That's how they say it
He
here.
said it would be for me.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said it would be good for me.
Oh, good. You should do it.
Be good for you.
But yes,
I think it would be good for you
bothered this
too.
poor lady with NASA for 2 years and sent her an email once every 3 months.
Yeah. And then it
She
paid off.
She finally got tired of it, and she was just like, "Okay, Leah, I give you an A+ for persistence." And I was just like, "Yes,
You're like,
Then-
yeah,
thank you."
good job. So, like, is this the one where you showed me the email that almost didn't look real?
Didn't look real.
It was the one, and it was like super text and like
Thank
nothing.
you, weaponized tits.
And you were like, "This is a NASA email," and I was like,
Again.
I did.
Do you remember this?
Maybe.
This is like
This
6
was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it's like 6 months ago.
Maybe.
Could be.
It's been
Possibly.
a few.
I'm excited.
That may have been one of many.
You're like, I stalked a lot of people to get this job, and I finally have it. It is mine.
I did. I did. Especially when I was working at the brewery. That was bad because it was right down the road from NASA, so I got a lot of those people in, and I was just like, so tell me what you do and how can I do it also?
Yes, give me.
Grab a beer to make you more willing to help me.
There you go.
Where's my red stapler? Where's my red stapler?
Oh my God! Speaking of red,
yes, but see, I was like the opposite of that. I was giving red staplers out.
That's right.
So I had a red stapler whenever I started working for the University of Texas. Hal was like, you can order whatever office supplies. And I said, even this red stapler. And he was like, even the red stapler. So I ordered the red stapler.
Of course you did.
Who doesn't need a $45 red swing line stapler, right? On university money. So I was like, I'm going to get the red stapler. Well, Evan accidentally donated it to Goodwill when he left Denver and came here. And it was like the one thing I told him to save from the office supplies. And I was like, Evan, that's like a $45 stapler.
So when is the divorce final?
I know. I was like, Evan, I want a divorce. That's cool, man.
I was sad. It's okay. It was an accident. He wasn't thinking about it.
It's a deal breaker.
He was like, I will buy you another stapler. It's like, yes, you will.
It's okay, honey. You will buy me another stapler.
You're going to do it.
You're gonna wake up in a bathtub of ice with a kidney missing, motherfucker.
Oh my goodness. No, he's wonderful. He had suggested, he's like, I'll get you another one. Even before the thought had processed, it was like, I'm gonna get you another one. And I was like, yeah, that's like the perfect thing to say.
He read your emotions correctly.
That's
Bill,
exactly what I wanted to hear. So have you been
seen the
working
movie Sergeant Bilko?
What?
Have you ever seen the movie Sergeant Bilko?
Oh yeah.
Ages ago.
Right. So he fixed your marriage, right? Nah, man, he got me another wife, a better wife.
Oh, nice. Have you been doing your flight simulator?
Really should. Right now, I'm struggling to find people to fly with at all, which is
really why?
Well, I mean, the last week's been because of the weather.
That's right. Y'all got like ass loads of rain, didn't y'all?
I'm not exactly rated to fly through rain and fog and high winds, and I wouldn't want to anyways. That sounds awful.
That sounds kind of terrifying. It's already hard enough to talk and fly.
I thought you said the Microsoft Flight Simulator, the simulator, not the actual flying, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell does it matter if it rains outside?
This is also true, but real life flying is the ultimate goal, and apparently is not accessible at this current point in time. So.
No, I've heard Microsoft Flight Sim is pretty damn cool. I've seen it too. I don't have it. I use a different one that's a little bit.
I heard it has literally the entire planet. I heard that you can fly over Okinawa, and you're flying over the Amazon, and all these mapped places on the planet. It's true to life. And that just it's amazing.
Remember right. It is sourcing high resolution imagery from Google Maps.
Mm-hmm. Way back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I was working at a computer land, I had to help set up a computer specifically for flight simulator for a pilot. At the time, where it was 4 megs of RAM, when RAM was individual little chips that were 16K a piece on the computer to handle it.
You realize the other people on this video were embryos at this time, right?
Oh yeah, but it was like, you know,
Like you and I'm the only one that knows what the fuck you're talking about, dude.
no, but this was with the whole flight yokes and everything. It was like the guy spent like 10 grand on a computer in the 80s to be able to do this stuff at his home.
Is that possible?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean, I feel like it was especially possible back then.
I don't think 10 grand was that you could spend on computers.
Oh yeah, and that gives you like a 40 meg hard drive
on a computer today. I mean, yipes. Maybe. I mean, maybe like a big ass computer, but not one of my.
Giving you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas before I got my noticed that my job is moving to Idaho without me, I did some upgrades on my computer, so I've stopped install my video card, but I've now gone up to 64 megs of RAM, which is entirely
for the people on this recording, that he meant to say 64 gigs of RAM.
Yes, 64 gigs.
Otherwise, he still got the 80s computer that still works. 64 megs of RAM. Holy shit!
Yes,
I got more than that on a stick laying next to my monitor. It's the size of.
But you know what? That still would be impressive if it was still running and functioning properly. Like I would be very impressed.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I did my 1 terabyte SSD MMVE drive to boot off of now. So.
Oh, I thought you had a problem with the. You had to upgrade the motherboard because it didn't have the right PCI slot.
No, I did a adapter to do PCI 3 to M2.
Gotcha.
And then I had to.
Tim, did you die?
Change my BIOS to do true UEFI to be able to boot from it.
Hi,
Tim. Tim looks like he's looking. Tim is looking with sadness at his crotch again. I don't know why, but.
So I could do floating disc.
It's because he's still dreaming about Titty.
Titty.
Bye, Tim.
Bye, Leia.
So for those who are entering comments and on the Patreon and on the podcast, we must ask Leah, how much did you drink tonight?
By the way, so I can play music.
Not enough.
That's the whole point of you having doors.
Oh, no. Sorry. So, did everybody drink twice? Because Aaron made you drink twice.
Yes, a few times.
And
very good.
More.
That's what we like to hear.
Should I do a floating disc to help haul bodies out, or are we going to be able to cart people?
No, I think we should just haul bodies out. All right, we're chunking them out. Now what's happening?
We just have to remove them from ground zero. We don't have to take them with us.
Yeah.
Where are you putting them?
Well, it depends on
far enough away from the explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
If the disc starts rolling down, like we're in.
Well, we should probably get a cart and then give these all to the cleric that's in town and let her deal with it.
No, just they'll find once they wake up. Yeah.
I'm the only one that's going to do anything about it for free. If I even can when they're at 0.
They might just be all dead.
No,
they're alive.
They're alive.
They might be catatonic or brain
dead.
They're
just unresponsive right now.
Their minds are probably entirely gone.
I almost only got to the clear ones.
Yeah. Well, we can stick them all in a cart.
If you want to run back to town and get a cart.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't want to bring a cart.
There's no explosion. Then we worry about the explosion. See if these mofos wake up, and if they don't, we can take care of that as a secondary issue.
Right.
That's nice, Sal. I like it.
If the dish starts rolling down the path, we need a way to move them quick, or just let them be a sacrifice.
What kind of Indiana Jones movie shit do you think we're working in here? It's not going to come down and then start rolling towards us.
And then it does.
Yeah, if we don't think it will happen, it'll happen.
Do not tell. He's like, random encounter, go.
Everyone roll a die 20.
What you reading, Tim?
Something.
Okay, hey.
He's reading
really?
Penis.
Is it pornography?
New butt plug.
Oh, really? Becca's bought him a new butt plug. He's It's trying to find the right kind of lube, you know, that really viscous stuff, so it doesn't get pushed in or pushed out of the way too much.
It says it can connect with Wi-Fi, and I'm trying to enter the password. But
I know. I'm trying to see what it's like when it's in while I'm playing this.
It's really hard to enter the password. Just a matter of bounces up and down you've got to do for every letter.
So now we're entering in more rewards and challenges. Bottoms up, and then activate Tim's butt plug as
hold on.
200 coin goal.
First off, no butt plugs activate via Wi-Fi. They're all Bluetooth enabled.
Exactly. They're very different.
Wi-Fi and/or Bluetooth. You could totally connect things to your Wi-Fi. My Echo. Sorry, I won't say her name. Otherwise, she's gonna get pissed at me. My Echo will. I do that all the time.
Your Echo will connect to your butt plug?
Apparently.
What?
Nick wants to know if your Echo connects to your butt plug.
I thought it was a butt plug.
Unfortunately, I don't have any butt plugs that high tech. So they're all.
So it's not like Tim's.
Never mind.
No.
So,
I have some furry ones, and I have some pink ones, but I have none that connect to Bluetooth or Wi-Fi.
And Christmas is coming, Whit. Christmas is coming.
They connect via Bluetooth. They don't connect via Wi-Fi.
To support Whitney's butt plug project.
Somebody needs to send one to Tim.
So how do we know how far we have to take these bodies away so they're not damaged or harmed during the explosion?
Idea. And you can see how large the array is, and it's a reasonable size. I mean, you're gonna have to drag them a little ways up the Manticore path, probably, to be sure they're going to be well out of it.
Okay.
Oh, you've never seen Silex explode, so you don't actually know how far it's going to go. Did somebody just drop out of audio?
They did, but they reconnected.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
That was me.
Yes.
So now, don't people heal from this like naturally with rest?
Yes.
If it's the same thing that happened to
I believe so. I think it's. Let me check. Hold on.
Yeah, if they don't get to zero, at least.
Could, theoretically.
I'm casting floating disc. We can pile some bodies on there.
Okay.
I mean,
hang on. I'm just checking whether it's damage or whether it's drain.
I think it was damage because I was able to heal it last time.
I think you're right. I'm just checking. It is, I believe, this one.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Aha. Something was right. That sounded off. Can you try to reconnect again? Because you're doing the robot voice again.
Okay. It might still be testing. How do I sound?
Yeah.
You sound like a robot.
Darth Kiernan has popped up again.
All right.
Actually, it's damage. Which is right. Yeah, we don't want drain. We want damage.
Right, because Luster Restoration will cure damage and time, I believe.
But not drain. Yeah, it's damage, not drain. So damage will heal itself over time, but it'll take a while, right?
Yeah. They'll probably need to be fed.
But we're not gonna have to pay to get them fixed up or anything. We can just take them somewhere to rest.
Well, we technically don't need to get them fixed up at all, but yes.
Well, I mean, we've already saved their lives, so now we're kind of responsible for them. Like we can't just leave like catatonic people on the side of the road to be eaten by wolves.
There are no wolves here.
Character.
Like, that's not
floating disc to help get them away.
Yeah, pile up to 500 pounds of them onto the disc, and then.
How would that be enough for everybody?
I mean, you've dragged a few out, so yes, let's say yes. And if not, you can do 2 trips.
Perfect.
Well, that's
okay.
like you can fit like 4 people on one, and then like we can each like I'm sure there's someone light I can carry.
Yeah, you can manage to get everybody out. You get everybody out.
Okay, perfect. Sounds great. So we're out.
It didn't even get you to clear the bodies out. What was she doing sat in this chair?
Drinking and talking about Flight Simulator and licking rocks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rocks. Of course, Leah and I geeked out about science and licking rocks. So.
Right. So, hence why she wants to come and lick your rocks.
Yes, that's why she wants to lick my rocks.
I think a lot of us do, though. But I mean.
At one point, I got disconnected. Took me a while to figure out what was going on. Reconnected, and they were still talking about the same shit.
Yep, you are correct, Nick.
It's true. I mean, like, basically, I convinced Leah in that whole time to come out here and blast off rockets in the desert with me. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
It does, doesn't it? We were literally doing it last weekend.
Okay, so you get the folks away. Damage will heal at a rate of 1 per day for each ability score that's damaged.
If the pattern matches Ikezu, then it would all be wisdom.
Right. I mean, somebody could heal them to a heal check and figure it out if they wanted to.
I could heal.
Give me a heal check.
As with the last load, as we approach 1,000 feet away, I will click the button without looking back at the array, because I understand that it's cooler.
Okay, so as you kind of float along, up the mantic. Well, you've got a little floaty disc in front of you. Alexander presses the button on the detonator, and there is
what does this do?
Huge explosion behind you. It literally rocks the ground. Parts of the wall start to slide. Bits of junk just pour down on top of you.
I was going to say that we could use that one audio recorder that we got from the crash site, from the captain, and then have that like recorded for posterity.
Kaboom!
Would that
the whole city
recording, or can it have multiple?
I think it can take multiple recordings. So the whole city just goes quiet, and bits fall off the wall. You see several buildings that just literally collapse in the middle of the city.
Oh
dear. The whole ring of the array just blows to pieces, and the whole thing just collapses flat on top of the wall, like a old bicycle wheel just hanging off the side. The stanchion that it was holding just bends backwards and blows off into the desert, and the rest of it's just rotten on top. It just looked like torn metal on top of sticks.
Okay, Alexander, drop the spell. We leave one of the detonators in the pile with these people, and we book out of here. They'll get blamed for this. Let's go.
We've only got one detonator.
No, we got 3.
We had 3. We had 3 Silex charges and 3 detonators.
I thought you had a detonator with 3 charges.
I thought we had 3 detonators and 3 charges.
It was from Red Tooth Raiders. I thought it was 3, but maybe it was 3 charges.
I think you have 1 detonator with 3 charges.
Well, then I will hold on to that, because I may want to stick a charge on somebody's back.
Wow. I just got this like mental picture of like there's like dust and shit and like the whole city just rocking.
Like
the whole place is made out of junk. So
going.
You hear the sounds of screaming in the distance, and people are yelling, and it's bad.
I say we did good here as we walk back.
Leave the people here.
We did good here.
Leave the people here. Murder Hobos Incorporated.
Are you leaving them here?
No, I have in the Morrow. With Morrow, we actually located 4 detonators. I have written on the inventory.
Okay, Marrow had 4 detonators.
That's what I have in the box in Marrows. We had 5 batteries, 2 nanite canisters, flare gun, 1 zero grenade, a wand of cure moderate wounds with 8 charges, a trauma pack, and 4 detonators.
Now you're making me look.
Wah, wah.
You hate it when you make me look.
Pretty sure our detonators came from Red Tooth.
It did. All of that shit came from Red Tooth, but it was after you killed Marrow and saved the...
Oh, okay, so it might have been at a different section then. Okay.
You have a time-worn detonator with 4 charges.
4, okay. So we can blow up 2 more charges with. Which would definitely take care of one of the Lords of Rust.
3.
What?
4 charges.
Well, I know, but we used 1 charge of Silex.
Yes,
Right.
but we have 2 more charges of Silex with 3 more charges on a detonator.
Yeah.
Charges is being used in 2 separate ways, and it's confusing. Let's call it bricks of Silex.
2 bricks Silex, 2 charges on detonator.
How are people reacting because of the big ass explosion?
Screaming, yelling. The whole city's in disarray.
Which is why I'm staying perfectly calm as I walk stride forward with bodies on my
You
floating
actually
disc.
have to. This
Oh, no, so no, seriously, no one's going to acknowledge what I was suggesting about us leaving those people there.
I don't want to
We saved
I
them.
think they thought you were joking because it's what the sociopath would say.
Hello, sociopath of the group right here. No, seriously, if they're going to look for, if it had collateral damage to the city and they're looking for blood, I say these people are a lost cause. Let them find them.
Tatia, good. She would probably find a way to go against that and save these people, anyways.
Okay, how about if we go? We went to the blast and to see if we could help anybody. We found these people catatonic like this.
We went, well, we'd be too early and we want credit for the blast. I believe.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, it's not like there's no one here. People saw you walk out of that place before the explosion.
Yeah,
and walked in before.
Literally, with Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions playing in the background.
Click.
Okay, Tatia's got us there. She nailed us. The whole person, like when it goes off and people are looking forward and don't go, "What the fuck was that?" Then those are the people that totally set it off. So Alexander in his attempt to look cool, basically fingered all of us.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he'd do that anyway without looking cool. Science.
Science.
I know what's going to happen. I don't have to look.
Right, there's going to be an explosion.
Is there anybody like coming towards us, or since we did this, don't we want to go back somewhere and hide? I don't know.
You're heading back towards the Manticore. If you're heading back down the Manticore path, you realize the path itself has actually slumped slightly. Part of the wall seems to have given away on this side of the city. It actually becomes very difficult to get along the path. You pass where the Manticore was, and the whole cave has collapsed.
Good thing we got everything of worthwhile out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're climbing across the top of the rubble at this point. The people who were here, several of them are helping each other out of the rubble. People are hurt. There's some people are bleeding where the walls have fallen on them.
Holy shit, I didn't think it would be this bad.
Good thing we didn't use all 3 charges.
Just out of curiosity, why did we need to blow that thing up? I think that was decided before I joined. What was that thing doing?
People took from the town of Torch. There's a huge other ruin under Torch that has a reactor that's venting plasma up into the sky, and they used it as a forge. Somebody killed the Torch to take that energy and beam it over here for some nefarious purpose. So we got the reactor working relatively properly again, so Torch is okay, because it probably would have blown up if they kept doing that. But we want to blow up this array so they can't try and steal the power from Torch again. Because they're our friends.
It was a good summary.
Good job, Android. Got that.
So, as you come back into town, the market is in disarray. People are standing up, trying to reset their stalls. Everywhere just looks like bits of the wall have fallen into the ground. The ground is no longer flat. It's just torn up a little bit with bits of wall that have fallen down onto it.
Perhaps we should have warned more people.
Nursing wounds and just generally not having a great time of things. There's talk about something going on. There's a general hue and cry about the array has been destroyed. Several people are moving out of your way as you come wandering down the path. And where are you heading?
Uh-oh.
Vaya's or Hawk Palace with the catatonic people.
The Kellids.
You're going back to the Kellids with the catatonic people?
Yes.
So you're literally walking the longest possible way from like one side of the city to the other.
I'd say Hawk Palace or Vaya's.
Hawk Palace is even further, isn't it?
No, Hawk Palace is closer.
Yeah, let's take them to Hawk Palace.
Okay, you take them to Hawk Palace.
Do these people have any kind of
valuables
insignia that show they
were pre-looted? Remember?
Or...
What'd you say? There are no gang affiliations, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no gang affiliations.
Just random folk we saved.
I mean, the majority of people here avoid the gangs and try to live a life, or kind of live with them, but not really part of them.
Makes sense.
I mean, think about Thunderdome, right? Most of them weren't in the gang; they just kind of hung out and watched the things.
We don't need another hero.
But they all followed the same rules. You break a deal, you spin the wheel.
That's right.
All right, cool. So we're strutting about town. We get over to the Kellids.
So is it lunch
Hawk
or
Palace, right?
libations and recreational
Hawk
sex?
Palace.
Right, that's what happens after a successful mission, right? Libations and recreational sex.
Apparently at the Kellids and the Steelhawks.
Which should we be celebrating yet?
Hey, with the Steelhawks?
Yeah.
Is there any like chatter about? Are they pissed that the thing got blown up, or
Everybody's upset that they've got broken arms and cut faces. Yeah, nobody's happy about that.
oh fuck?
But I'm pretty sure that about the specific thing that got destroyed, it doesn't sound like they could give a shit either way. It's just somebody disrupted life and fuck you.
Over this side of the city where the market is by the Steelhawks, nobody really gives a toss right now about the relay. They're just trying to put their shit back together and get the day going on again. I mean, strange shit happens around here quite often. They just put it down to like gang stuff and try to carry on.
Tatia, what if we go around and make much ado about helping out to restore?
I think we're doing that by walking around with these catatonic people behind us.
There's probably subsidence from excavation under the arena. Took out
Pardon?
It was because of the Lords of Rust and the project that they have digging underneath. It was an effect from that. Surely the Lords of Rust are up to no good, causing such destruction. What's next? The collapse of the entire city? We could spin this to our advantage.
We should hide the explosives too, so that no one catches us with them.
Oh, they're well tucked away in the bowels of the haversack.
You should give like one to a small urchin and the other one to some kind of nun.
and as long as they're within 1,000 feet, their silence is assured.
Exactly.
Can I tune the detonator to 2 separate pieces of explosive?
Yes, you can.
Oh, so I could pre-attune it and
Yeah, so basically you spend a charge to attune it and then it all goes off when you press the button.
Wait, both at the same time, or is there 2 separate buttons so I can...
No, there's one button. You attune one, you attune the next, you hit the button and it all explodes.
Okay. That alters tactics slightly, but still usable.
That's funny. Well, why are you going to throw like explosives around?
So
it reminds me of Cthulhu, where they start juggling like dynamite and throwing it at monsters.
I wanted to say that Pathfinder Iron Gods has just weaponized a nun and a small child street urchin. Just saying. It's a first. It's a first.
Well, I mean,
it's an all-time low, but it's also a first.
Well, I mean, you can always...
I just say it's not an all-time low. It's a low, I'll give you that, but it's definitely not the all-time one.
No, we could stuff 2 charges of Silex into a deli chicken and send it to the ogre at the arena. Or Etten, you know.
Like
It's so messed up.
No.
It's perfect.
It's awful, is what that is. There's no honor in that.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Maybe we should have Buligup just looking in the eyes and shit right there in the middle of the arena.
No, because it would obviously work.
Isn't it though?
All we need is the great Gonzo from the Muppets and his chicken entourage.
So you return to Hawk Palace, yes? Or are you going back to the Kellid?
No, Hawk Palace.
There are bugs.
Yes, it is.
What are we doing with the what are we doing with the floating platter of protein, huh?
Floating platter.
Well, I guess we could maybe like
people.
leave them at Hawk Palace, right? Like, hey, look, we found these people and they need to rest or whatnot,
I mean,
right?
It'll follow 6 feet behind me. So
I'm just being clear that we're going to bring them.
Oh, sorry, 5 feet behind me.
Sure. Okay.
All right, so we're in Hawk Palace, and what happens?
You took the people there, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to the stairs of Hawk Palace, and Sephiroth Slade is on the steps, and she's like shouting to various Steelhawks. Hey, big boy, I'm gonna do terrible things to you. That's what Becca just said.
Ooh. Oh. I thought that was Sephiroth Slade. I was like,
that's weird.
So Becca was whispering in Tim's ear. You have to go for 2 minutes there, Tim.
That must have been a weird.
No, not yet.
She was whispering.
Special 3.5.
She was whispering. It's tonight's my night with the strap on.
That's
That's what I heard. Did anyone else hear that? I don't know.
No. What she was actually saying was, did you manage to get the butt plug connected to Wi-Fi?
Ah, yes.
Press the button and find out.
Don't cross the streams, Egon.
Okay. Sephiroth Slade is on the steps yelling to other Steelhawks, and they seem to be mounting a defense. They're not sure whether this is an attack, what is going on, whether they're going to get blamed, but they seem to be shoring up their defenses.
Greetings, Sephiroth Slade.
There's been an attack. Let's talk later. What are you
Tatia
doing?
says,
right.
Tatia tries to calm everybody down and says, I think there has been a misunderstanding of what has happened just now.
Those people injured, take them to the front gates. There's an infirmary there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so let's go ahead and get them taken over there. Or do we think we can handle these folks ourselves? Do we want to stay at Hawk Palace for any particular reason?
No. Oh, take them to the front gates. These people were close to the explosion when we found them.
All right, let's go.
Not a lie.
We found them before the explosion.
I'm saying that loudly.
Is that what we're going to do?
Well, we found them.
Yeah, we're
before
taking them to the infirmary.
All right, we're going to the infirmary, Hal.
Okay, you take them and you drop them in the infirmary. A
Okay.
couple of Steelhawks drag them inside and kind of drop them onto makeshift pallets. There are other people in there, mostly Steelhawks and other people you recognize from the market who have been severely injured. There are some people who have lost an odd limb here and there. The majority is just cuts and bruises.
Oh dear. Perhaps we should have warned people.
This was from the chaos that the looting probably ensued as opposed to the actions. Alexander, let's be very clear. No one can know we were involved in this, so keep it quiet.
That's when Tatia would say, Alexander, according to your calculations, maybe, do you think that possibly it would not have been something within the realm of our possibilities to prepare and get everybody out of the area so that they do not get, how do we say it gently, blown the fuck up? Nobody would fucking listen to us. They would think we were fucking nuts.
Well, true. The meatbags would not cooperate, most likely.
No.
Oh, no. The people at Ground Zero didn't even cooperate, or so we've seen.
We did our best. Let's help with the wreckage and get it moving. So, Hal, what happened?
I assume you're going back to Hawk Palace. By the time you get back, Sephiroth Slade is like, you did this.
Oh yeah, look around.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Looks like an attack on the Lords. Why did you do it?
Well, because we thought it might be helpful.
Right, but still, this was uncoordinated, and you should have told us first.
Apologies, but I did not know that we were such a tight-knit group.
Sleep here like every night.
Well, yes, but I don't even know your cousin's name.
Oh, we're a clean half-mile away. We didn't think that this would.
Just thought you'd go out and blow something up while you were on your morning walk, right? There was no planning whatsoever. Take me for an idiot.
Planning, but it was planning, but it was the morning walk, actually.
That is a bit of how we tend to do things. We kind of just wing it.
Oh, here's some explosives. Let's throw it at that great big important array the Lords have owned for years.
We actually climbed. And placed it very carefully.
Oh, that's even better. You were definitely seen because.
Would it please you as a future protocol if we inform you of our intents before we do things?
No. Oh, well, maybe only if you're going to blow up something the Lords of Rust think is important, because then they start looking for people to blame.
Sephiroth, we were simply trying to protect you. Plausible deniability.
Really? By starting it? Really?
Oh, would you rather be down? Would you rather be privy to our plans and then be held culpable if it was found that you were involved?
I'm gonna say a smart ass thing. Oh, I guess our scrap worth went up.
Would you appreciate us sleeping elsewhere?
Everyone knows it was you.
Have you tried telling the Lords of Rust to suck a fat dick?
Yeah, that's when about, I don't know, what do we say? 70% of my friends died.
Would you like to formally tell us so we sleep elsewhere?
How did 70% of them die?
Yeah, they were thousands of feet away from this.
No, not from the explosion, from when they challenged the Lords of Rust.
I was gonna say, good grief.
Like, what did we set off? Like a mini,
explosion.
Mini nuke. It's like the start of Fallout where you nuke the town.
Would it improve your situation if you were to expel us and we sleep elsewhere tonight?
Doesn't matter. They're going to find you regardless of where you are. You're better off here. Then we can kind of claim a little bit of responsibility and maybe we could say we knew about it.
We're okay with that.
I mean, I can go stay with the killers again if you like.
Do we see any Red Tooth Raiders around?
I do not think it would be a problem.
Hey, the Red Tooth Raiders, you passed where they were. They were scurrying about trying to fix stuff. It seems like parts of their warrens collapsed due to the explosion.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
All right. So now what? So we pissed this lady off.
We pissed this lady off.
But does she look like mean, angry, or
she's yes. She's a bit of
both.
Like she's excited something's happening, but also really upset that she wasn't part of it.
Yes, like a jealousy kind of a thing. Like,
no, she's not jealous. She just wanted to know what was going on before it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have told some. Maybe we should have told some people.
The more people we tell,
that she's chaotic good, and planning that much into the good deed would be against her nature.
Telling people about anything you're going to do would be against the whole party, right?
Fuck it. That's more of a later problem. So
hopefully we at least got the mind meddler in that.
Mind meddler.
All right, so she's mad. We're glad. They seem to be gearing up for a fight that's clearly coming our way. So are we gearing up for war here? Is there like the distant cry of the Lords of Rust coming after us?
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
In fact, they're not even going to bother to come after you.
What?
The Lords of Rust can cry as they choke on my dick.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
Yes.
Like a dirty urchin.
This is the Skyrim message for you. And then we have to go to the Jarl now.
Yes, what can I do for you?
A message for you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. All right. Dear old
do you want me to tell you it?
It's not a paper message. This is something that you are going to tell me. Okay, yes, please, go ahead.
Backstab.
Hellskag says you've got to come to the arena. 2 days' time.
Hellskag.
2 days? That's how long they need? They must be pissing in their pants.
Actually, what they said was they need time to fix the stands so people can watch them carve you to pieces.
Okay, that's adorable. Well,
they expect it's going to be a full house, so you better look nice.
What kind of surprise?
Better look nice. It's pretty funny.
They're open to put up a good fight because, you know, the last people didn't last 2 minutes and it was disappointing. I barely got halfway down my popcorn.
That's 2 minutes. That's 20. That's 20 rounds of combat. That's quick.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because it was shitty popcorn, or is it because it didn't last very long?
They were horrible and terrible. I could barely see anything, but it didn't last any time at all. Hellskag just killed them right dead.
Who was?
All right, folks. We've got an ultimate showdown to get ready for. What the
Ultimate Fighter? It's like the Ultimate Fighter Championship.
I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's have 2 days of napping and good sex, and then
Agreed.
Napping and good sex, and then let's go kick some ass until we die.
Hold on. Maybe we should try to get other people on our side in those 2 days.
We could totally do that too.
I totally agree.
That could be part of the sexing, is getting people on our side.
But I don't know if we're allowed to bring other people into the arena. Sevroth, is there a protocol for these arena invitations or challenges?
Normally, if you've been summoned, and you'll know who you are. Bringing extras is probably seen as weakness.
I would imagine.
But we can have them pack the stands and then swarm in and just murder the fucking
place.
Lord. Yeah, just murder the Lords of Rust. We know a bunch of fucking cowards.
I mean, it's an ambush. They know what we want to do, and the rest of them clearly want to help too. And with their strength numbers, if we can all get them in the same place and use their plan against them, that would be beautiful.
But I think the sign
how
would be
big that arena is. You seen the size of that place? You ain't filling those stands. Majority of those stands are going to be bloodthirsty punters wanting to see you die.
But isn't there an area where the Lords of Rust would likely sit in their little comfy chairs and watch like a Caesar of Rome? Couldn't we just take our other 2 bricks of Silex and 2 detonators and there and rig that? And the festivity before we start.
There's not a lot of honor in that, though, is there? Really? Let's think about it. Blowing people up just isn't very honorable.
Honor means a fat load of dick when you are dead.
Well, maybe depends where you go after, right, little frogman? Ooh, did Kiernan just?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all that. I lost audio there for a bit.
Everybody's tapping out. Okay, you back? Are you back?
Yeah, I've been
Can
here.
you hear me? What happened?
Every fight is different. It depends on what Hellskag wants to do.
Oh,
Well, yeah, we just have to deal with Hellscrag, right? But if we push the button and blow up the other two Lords of Rust that are sitting in their chintz chairs in the stands where they have their little arena area.
Most of them don't bother watching. It's really Hellscrag's thing.
So is
that's
it
good to know.
1-on-1, us against Hellscrag, us against multiple Lords of Rust?
Hellscrag's a troll, right? She's pretty confident in her abilities to fight pretty much anything. Sometimes she'll use weapons, sometimes she'll just use claws, sometimes she'll fight you all at once. Depends on the rules of the day.
So Kesdu doesn't have to fight her alone then?
I mean, he can if you want to appear macho. I think a troll would tear him to pieces, honestly.
Yes, he is quite the pussy. A troll would probably destroy him.
Would it be possible for me to obtain from the marketplace mercury, phosphorus, and powdered diamond and opal worth 500 gold pieces?
Hell are you trying to cast?
Symbol of healing.
What? For what? Why?
Oh, because
During
if
the fight.
if I put symbol of healing on in the infirmary, it will heal everybody within 60 feet.
Like for wounds?
Yes, if we've wounded a bunch of people and people are being taken to the infirmary, I might be able to make situation better for many people in the town.
I'm sure you could find those ingredients in town if you wander enough.
I would like to try to do so.
Okay. Cast it, how long does it last?
Oh, this is one of the ones I don't ever attempt much because I will have to spontaneously do it. Functions as symbol of death, except all creatures within 60 feet.
Get them turned around.
Oh, let's see. Symbol of death is... Oh, is it burst trigger? Yeah, when triggered. So it's going to go off once. But if I set it up and then we set it off, everybody within 60 feet gets bathed in healing energy.
How long does it last?
Let's see. Symbol of death is you inscribe the rune. When triggered, it kills more than one or more people in 60 feet. Treat as a burst. So yeah, it's triggered. What?
You cast that?
I can cast Symbol of Healing spontaneously because it's a level 3 clerical spell. I just burned 2 level 3 spell slots.
Not Symbol of Death.
Right. Well, Symbol of Healing. But it works with Symbol of Death. But except for the 60 feet, everybody's bathed in positive energy and heals 2d8 plus 1 points per caster level instead.
That's it. Then the symbol vanishes or it stays there?
It vanishes unless you can do permanency, which is a 10th level or higher.
So basically, it can't be made permanent, so it can only be blasted off once.
Yeah.
That's not... So basically, you're better off with a cleric stood in the middle of the room just channeling positive energy.
Well, yeah, but I'm not a cleric and I can't do that.
Right, and nor is anyone else in the party. But there are clerics in the town, and some of those may be doing that.
Okay, if they can get a cleric, and then I will let the...
You even see Jinvaya rolling out towards the infirmary at some point.
Oh, then I will ignore the situation.
That's probably wise. I mean, it was a good idea.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing.
And I believe that...
I look forward to seeing you take on Hellscrag. I've seen her fight a few times.
How did she fight?
Dangerously. She's a troll, right? She heals.
Scratching, biting, that sort of thing.
So what do we know? Does anybody in the party know anything about trolls?
Can't hear you, Bill.
Bill said, "Is it knowledge?"
Bill, that might just be me.
What?
That may just be me that can't hear Bill.
Knowledge nature, knowledge engineering.
Check what a troll's technically classified as, and we will find out.
Yes.
Yes.
We're having some nice technical issues tonight. I'm throwing that down. All kinds of terrible things. A troll is classified as... Ding, ding, ding. Survey says giant, I think.
Oh, it's a giant?
A type of giant, I think. It's considered a giant.
Wait a minute.
I think it's all the knowledge that they regenerate. I would definitely, you know, be more interested if this particular one had a peanut allergy or something. We'd explain.
Can you guys hear me now?
That's cute.
Yes.
Yeah, so it should be knowledge nature as far as I know, because that's, you know, they're giant, they're a natural creature, what they regenerate, you know, knowledge engineering is for aberrations and mind flayers and grells and carrion crawlers.
I think you're right. I think it is probably knowledge nature. Anybody want to try that, Wit?
Tatia did.
Yeah, Tatia already did.
Oh, okay, what you get? Oh, 23. That'll work. That's a ridiculously good roll.
Thank you.
Trolls are large creatures. They're big. I mean, you've seen her. She has claws, a huge bestial mouth with a huge underbite, almost like a crocodile's jaw. Relatively tough, in that their skin is thick and difficult to pierce. They also naturally regenerate damage. So when you cut them, the wounds heal almost instantly.
Wow.
Is there like a vulnerability?
Yeah, unless the wounds are sealed by acid or fire.
Oh, magical weapons don't do anything to it?
Magical wounds heal just the same. The only things that do not regenerate are acid and fire damage.
Okay, fire it is.
So acid and fire damage don't heal.
Here, take this.
What about like chopping off limbs?
It will regrow over time.
So if we send a Kes2 to go romance her with a Silex butt plug.
Trolls also, they're well known for their fearlessness, and they literally rely on their regeneration to the point that they will fight to the death. And even when dead, a troll has a chance of regenerating.
Okay.
Whoa.
Sounds like Fireball's the way to go.
Fireball. All the fireballs. So they're about 1,000 pounds and stand about 14 feet high.
That's one big bitch.
How about if we take a big great axe that isn't your magical one, I guess, too, and we put on each blade of the great axe a charge of our Silex, and you just throw it. Here, catch.
We could actually strap it to Buligup, and then we could just slingshot him into her mouth.
I'm sorry. I do not like this plan. I feel like this plan has me exploding. I would rather not explode in a fucking troll's mouth.
Hey, Hal, since she's a very large creature, do I get any bonuses fighting something that large?
Not unless you've got feats to do it. I mean, you're also pretty big.
Well, no, I think it might be higher level, because I thought I get bonuses. I get something fighting something that's larger than me.
Oh, is it Titan
Maybe
Fighter?
it's possibly a trait. Is it a Titan Fighter thing?
Yeah, I'm looking. I was just asking about it.
There are traits and feats that do that for you, that allow you to fight larger creatures with bonuses.
Is Hellscrag the one that uses a chainsaw, or is that the Etten?
Oh no, that's Kulgara. She's an orc.
Orc. Ah.
Yeah, the Ettins, Drags, they use spiked chains.
Oh, the most honorable of weapons.
What if? Hold on. What if we attach some of the explosives to a net, and then I throw the net on her, and then we blow her the fuck up?
That's not a bad idea.
Good.
So do we want to...
I'm wondering if the silence means everybody's brains are chewing on that.
Or if everyone thinks it's a bullshit plan.
No, I think it's a Tatia's character would think that's pretty rad.
My audio keeps cutting out. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
I was wondering if I could attach the explosives onto a net, and then I throw the net onto the large troll woman, and then we blow her the fuck up.
We do have nets.
Yeah.
You have good nets too.
Yeah, good nets.
And we have explosives.
I guess it's at level 9. Never mind. I can't do that. It's just at 9th level, and then every 4 levels thereafter, the bonus increased by 1. When wielding an oversized weapons, the Titanfire can attempt to bull rush, drag over, and trip creatures up to 2 size categories larger than himself. Can I do that now, or I have to wait until level 9?
No, normally you can't. The trip and all of those other moves are limited to creatures that are your size or smaller generally. But all it means is you're used to fighting very large creatures with your very large weapons, and you can then do those things to creatures who are bigger than you.
So how does trip? Does that take it? Is that a replacement effect?
Or trip is a combat maneuver. So basically, what you would do is you say you were attempting to trip. Because you aren't proficient in tripping, as in you don't have the improved trip feat, it would actually trigger an attack of opportunity against you. But if you succeeded, you would trip them to the ground.
Okay, so I can't technically use these abilities to my
until
to
you're
my
level
favor.
9.
Gotcha.
Oh, not really. I mean, she's bigger than you already.
We could also cover one of the nets in oil or another flammable liquid, and then use that to set the big bitch on fire.
Bitch.
So anyway,
and we can throw some acid in her face and really fuck up her eyes.
So I can't do that until level 9. Then is what you're saying?
Yeah, you'd have to be level 9 to get the level 9 ability.
Well, no, it doesn't, it's not worded that way. That's what I
mean,
was
you can trip. I don't know what the limit is on trip, but I'm going to guess it's your size or lower, because that's what most of the maneuvers are.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is, just the way it's written, I thought it was like a bonus as a Titanfire, this is what you get. It didn't say when you're level 9 you get this. It's just the way it's worded.
And also, additionally, without the things like improved trip or improved whatever the hell it is, you're going to trigger attacks of opportunity for trying those maneuvers.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So basically, your benefit allows you to do it to larger creatures, but it doesn't take away the fact that it would actually technically trigger a response if you tried to do it.
Okay, cool. And I guess the other thing is I just get a bonus against awesome blow combat maneuvers if somebody's trying to do that against me, I guess.
Awesome blow is an amazing thing.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, Tim, with some of the prerequisite stuff. Like, there's a couple of things where, one of the things I was looking to do was I needed like a feat, an entire feat that gave me basically a +1 to attack, and that was it. But it was a prerequisite for an awesome feat later, so it's all kind of,
Well, no, it was just like things my class gets. But yeah, anyways, So do we want to try to convince the Kelids or the rat folk or is what you're telling us how that's going to be a moot point because there's going to be hundreds of people at the...
So, asking around and looking on that side, the Lords of Rust have a lot of orcs and rat folk and human people already kind of in their sway, and you expect that the majority of the people attending this thing will be them.
Okay, so it's not going to be the common folk.
I mean, the common folk may also attend, but there's a lot of the Lords. They're not Lords of Rust. They're part of the gang. They're not one of the heads, but they're just like the orcs and rat folk that do their day-to-day bidding. Okay,
so even if we got more people on our side, it wouldn't make a difference, is what you're saying. Because they're just going to outnumber.
Might, but I mean, ultimately it depends on what your aim is. If your aim is to actually have a mass fight with literally every orc, rat folk, human Lord of Rust here versus you, the Kelids, Red Tooth Raiders, and the Steelhawks, sure, we could do that.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
If we defeat the Lords of Rust or we defeat Hellstrag, then that's essentially upping our scrap worth to the point where no one's going to fuck with us.
Well, but what happens if it sounds like nobody's won? If we win, do we just get invited into the Lords of Rust, or do they leave us alone? Or I mean, we know what happens if we lose, we die. But if we win, what is the potential outcome of this arena battle?
Well, like if it's an arena battle, if we beat this this troll, I mean, it's going to be like a ton of respect, right? Like we do that in front of everybody there. And like, would they also just respect us? Like, oh well, these people are stronger than the troll.
Right, but then what's the Lords of Rust's response? Do they invite us to join them? Do they say we
have no idea
now?
No idea.
Sevroth know? Has anybody ever won a challenge?
Nobody's ever beaten her. No one. Never been done.
We have 2 days to prepare. We could either indulge in hedonistic pursuits in case we do not survive.
I love Wit's face there.
We could try to strengthen ourselves either by gaining in equipment or go out and attempt to slay enough things to learn enough to
like that.
Fight better.
Let us go forth and slay many things to learn extra fighting skills.
Kiernan starts to imagine a small little Oriental girl with black hair that says, "Why not both?"
¿Por qué no los dos?
So, I mean,
do we
want to use this time to convince people, or what do you think we're going to do for the next 2 days before we prep for this?
I think convince people won't help with the immediate fight. Maybe afterwards if we have a big thing, but it really depends on how the Lords of Rust react to us winning if we win.
Well, we need fire and acid. I mean, those are the main things. So how can we equip our weapons with
and
fire
how do
and
we
acid?
We also need to think about tactics. I don't know if we're fit to do this as players tonight, but we also need to think about tactics because this thing's going to have a 10-foot reach, and we don't. Right? So,
what do we know anything about Hellscrag? Like, do we know anything about her?
Trolls.
She's a troll.
Do we know, like, have we asked people around like how she fights because I'm pretty sure she's dragged other people to the arena, right?
Oh yeah, she's killed a lot of people.
Well, yeah, I know, but how did she do it? Like, what kind of weaponry does she use?
Depends. She's like a gladiator. She's about showing the crowd a good time, so it's not always the same fight.
Okay, do we know what kind of weapons she's used or how she fights?
All kinds. Sometimes she'll use weapons, sometimes she won't. The weapons she uses differs. Sometimes they're technological, sometimes they're just physical weapons.
Okay,
sometimes there's a theme to the fight, sometimes there isn't.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was like something.
No way we're gonna know what to expect.
Well,
no.
But yes, that was basically what I was trying to get out of asking people if they knew how she fought, right?
And a lot of people are very excited when she fights. She puts on a good show, which is basically what people here like. They like the show.
Let's give them a good show then.
So it's like a theater, right? Like how she treats it.
Entertainment for it's gladiatorial is basically how it's set up. So you're challenging them, and yeah, she's like the front line of the gladiatorial arena.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, 2 days isn't enough for me to enchant anybody's weapon with fire magic.
I was going to ask. We have a laser rifle. We have a ring of the ram that might help knock her over.
A ring of the ram?
How does that work?
That's what I have written here. Ring of the ram, 17 charges.
Yeah, it summons a sheep for sexy time.
And so there's a ring of there's also a great club that's magical called Gunshy.
That was from Gunshy.
Gunshy's great club.
So what does the ring do again?
It basically projects a force, basically like bull rushes people, knocks.
Yeah,
them
you
over.
can
It's
you can like
pushing force.
but you could also use it to like break down doors and siege things. But you know, if it's a giant troll, it might help knock her over.
It's just, I believe.
Is it going to be all of us against her?
Yes.
That's often. Sometimes she'll fight with other creatures. Sometimes she'll fight with some of the other lords. It depends on who she's fighting. So from what you can assess, generally she tries to figure out what would be a safe, not safe, but what would be an even and interesting fight.
Okay.
Again, good show.
She doesn't want it to. She doesn't want to murder you too quickly. She doesn't want also it to look like it's too easy for her.
Right.
But it will be.
Do we go all out on the fight, or if we defeat her, then do we need to have some reserve stuff for her?
You know, we have a couple flare guns.
Yeah.
That does fire damage.
They're hard to target, but especially if you don't have the skill.
They're incredibly hard to target. Everybody drinks.
Oh.
What about these nanite clusters? What can they do for us, thing?
Nanite clusters? You mean cylinders? You can load them into the nanite.
Tim, drink a thing. There we go. Tim's drinking.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can like rig those up to cause fire damage or something.
Probably not.
So the arena, if you walked past it enough, is an enormous open space. It's huge. It stands all around where people can sit. And it's basically just a big flat space.
Right.
So that's what you'll be fighting in. A big flat space.
I mean, you could always try and blindness or deafness her. I can enlarge Kez 2. I have Fireball.
Yeah.
Which is always a fan favorite.
Does Tatia, do you have anything with like acid or anything like that?
I don't. Sorry. The best I could probably do. Hold on. Does that one do that?
How can we get like? Can we get like acid flax? Acid encode our like weapons with acid or anything like that?
So
you probably wouldn't want to do that because it coated your weapons with acid. But you could get acid flasks, which you can throw to do acidic damage.
So I have sun metal.
So
sun metal, the target weapon ignites into flame, and it's touched. So I think I could do anybody.
You have that spell, or is that an ability?
That's a spell I have.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What does it do?
So you can do a Kez2's axe or something as he fights.
Target it on one melee weapon, and the target weapon ignites into flame that does not hurt the weapon or the wielder, but damages those hit by the weapon. When the weapon's wielder hits this weapon, it deals an additional 1d4 points of fire damage. This damage blah, blah, blah.
What if that's good for me because I don't have a magic weapon? Well, actually, we don't need magic weapons to hit this thing.
Well,
I was wondering, like, how many times can you cast that? Can you give that to all the melee so we're gang up with the fire?
I mean, I think so because that's a level 1 and I can do up to 8 if I'm understanding that correctly. So I should be.
Yeah, you're an oracle. It's something around there.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Tim is chat's favorite.
Aw.
Oh,
Work,
Hey, I have a fan.
Woohoo! Go Tim.
What about poison? Can we poison her as well?
So I have,
Can we put poison on our weapons?
Hardy as hell, and I believe you're very likely to damage yourself with applying the poison if you're not.
If you're not trained, if you're not trained in it, it's a big fortitude save with a giant. So giants are gonna just laugh it off.
Well, no, putting the poison on the blade and then cutting her with the blade.
She could probably take all the poison you have, drink it, and then burp, and then that would be it, right? Because they probably have a +10 to fortitude save. Think about how big they are, right?
And you're likely to nick yourself and poison yourself applying the poison.
Now, however,
Yeah,
we
you
do
could-
have that. We do have that mind burner pistol. Chances are, a big giant troll fighter gladiator is going to have a crappy will save,
Right, and that just makes your will save crappier.
and does minor non-lethal damage, but
In non-lethal is a drop in the ocean against a troll.
Right.
But with
Good.
minuses to mind affecting and minuses to will,
Right.
you do some
I mean, if
hoogly
you've got some
boogly to
spells to
affect your
follow it up
mind.
with, it's great.
Unfortunately, I have not concentrated on a lot of enchantment type spells that require will saves. I have a lot of things like
Boogly
blindness
boogly.
deafness that take fortitude saves, but those are not good against trolls.
Well,
You totally
we have
let her make a fort save. Her plus is
Tatia's
not very
awesome
high for-
moonbeam.
There's always the chance
Yeah.
she'll roll a 1, but
So I have Dust of Twilight, which could help with making her fatigued.
I have Charm Person if she counts as a person. That would be a will save.
I believe
Giant.
technically
It
they're
depends
not a
on-
humanoid.
It
They're a
depends
giant.
on what person is defined as. I think it's humanoid, right?
Yeah, that's humanoid, but she's not a humanoid. She's a giant.
Yes, I need
I
Charm
think
Monster.
giant is a subtype of humanoid.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Hal,
Hmm.
do giants and stuff like that, do they take like disadvantage if you're within 5 feet, if you're like close to them?
No, they
Small?
don't. Not like you. You have a blade on the end of a stick, so you have to change the length of it. Her claw's going to attack it near as well as far.
I mean, I would think though that like swiping close to your body versus like you can't have a full range of attack there. I'm just saying.
You do, sadly.
I mean, that's not how fighting works, but okay.
Chat's trying to help you. They say that the bigger they are, the harder their reflex saves are to make.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like boxing. If you get inside a boxer's reach, you have some advantage on them.
All right, but you're within 5 feet. You're in a 5 foot box, and they're in the next 5 foot box. You're not like on top of her, so to speak.
Can I get on top of her?
I'm trying to read the intimidate skill. Sorry.
Okay.
Can I like jump on her back and stab her repeatedly?
I mean, there are rules for getting into the space of your enemy, but you're not going to like them.
Yeah.
But I am Tiny Frogman.
I mean,
You're a tiny frogman, but it's a tough thing to get into the enemy square and do anything worthwhile.
I could enlarge person Ikestu or reduce person her or Buligup to make him even harder to.
That's right. Reduce Buligup from small to tiny.
We're going with the Ant-Man of Thanos' butt technique.
And then technically he would have to enter her square to actually attack her. Although that's not true because he's got a ranged weapon, so we get into that weird realm of tiny creatures with ranged weapons, which is a bit bizarre.
But it would up his dex.
It would definitely up his dex.
And Rave Enfeeblement probably would not work against a troll. Well, Fortitude for half, but you know.
Fortitude for half. All for Fortitude. You should totally do that.
All right, so what's happening?
But I'm wondering.
All right, well,
We could try to go ahead.
We're planning. So, what do we think?
Hey, have you fully slid off the screen?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I love it. It just slowly edges off screen as we play. It's kind of funny. Does your house lean? Is that what's going on? Just like slowly like drifting off to the side. All of your things. You just wake up every morning and push everything back to the other end of the house.
It's more that I've probably done my third quadrupel for the evening.
oh, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, how about this? How about you guys plan your stuff and we reconvene for the great battle next session?
Sounds good.
Good.
How smart is she?
He's a troll, so
Not.
Probably not that smart.
So I mean, also any illusions we can use would probably be helpful if anyone has.
Oh.
Or shiny pieces of
like
metal,
like an attractive male troll that just happens to be with your party.
Yeah, you don't know.
Hats of disguise.
Summon a monster that she's attracted to.
If it works on Bugs Bunny cartoons, it works in Pathfinder. Damn it!
Right? Do we have a wheelbarrow and a Holocaust clone?
Yes,
sure.
Exactly.
All right, kids.
Alrighty.
Want some experience? Would you like some experience?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many people
do you actually deserve experience?
Hey, how many experience points were all those civilians in town worth that we blew up? I mean, hey, we went up a level.
I hope we got the mind with
right?
array.
It fits so nice. He said I could keep it.
That too. Anything that's near here is going to taste weird.
What's going to taste weird? Are you
talking about licking rocks again? What?
No. Cutting up
XP is a full orphanage worth.
From the cave that is our bedroom, and
I mean, the XP for an orphanage depends how many orphans have got some levels of fighter
XP,
and stuff.
I want it. I already have XP written down on my paper. Give it to me. Look, there's even a little heart.
Give it to me. It's written on my paper.
Hal, you know me in my notes. I want to know my XP.
Okay, so destroying the receiver array gets you 1,200 experience points.
Each?
No.
Not.
We blew up half the town.
Okay, so 300.
I like that. Chat likes to use milestone experience because, I understand that.
There's 5 of us.
Additionally, you have additional experience, believe it or not.
I have to wait for things to get done.
You have reached a level of scrap worth that has given you additional experience.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And I now have to find where it says it, because scrap worth is listed about 9 times in this goddamn book.
We need 15,000 total to level up to level 6.
Yeah.
15,000.
Yes, we'll divide it by 5. Yeah.
Okay, so you can have 3,200 additional for this.
Nice.
4,400.
Still need over 10,000.
Yep.
I mean, what do you expect? I mean, what level are you, Tim?
5.
5.
Pretty good.
I get some cool abilities at 6. Well, a cool ability. Well, kind of.
What's your cool ability?
Oh, I just get an extra use of one of my spell sage wings.
Oh, is it the one where you can cast a spell that isn't yours again?
Yeah. At level 6, I get an extra spontaneous cast.
That's nice.
So
I'll be able to cast Vanish on myself 6 times per day.
That's pretty nice too.
So we get 880 experience. What about, did we get rid of the thing that was in that area, making these people?
Ooh, good question, Tim.
You didn't get experience for it, so maybe you did, maybe you didn't.
Okay. Oh, hey, at least I tried.
I love how you assume there's a thing. Maybe it was haunted. Maybe there was just like gas in the air.
I don't know. I'm just asking. Well, something was affecting us. Maybe we made the whole thing crash down.
Maybe there was a gas leak.
Now you're sounding like Men in Black. It was just a gas leak that
with
caused
the hydrogen balloon.
Cool.
All right, you did good. What did you get for experience? 880, I heard.
Yeah.
So 21,186.
That's pretty good. You did good. I mean, ultimately, you destroyed the receiver array.
Yeah, Torch is safe.
Oh,
Yeah,
safer.
good.
Hooray for Torch.
Now you get to project yourself into the final push of this adventure.
Yeah.
Why does that sound like a bowel movement?
I think it might actually end up that way. This last piece, depending on how it goes, can go either really quite nicely or really quite horribly. So I'm interested
You
to
know,
see.
according to our track record,
You
it's
get that.
probably going to seem a lot more like a bowel movement.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking there's definitely going to be some. There's definitely going to be some straining and some pushing and some desires too. Yeah. Don't forget the
Maybe a
explosives.
little
See?
bag. You're just like,
Chat
"Oh."
agrees. Chat agrees you still have explosives, and I think it's always great fun when the party starts throwing explosives around.
Indeed.
I'm a huge fan of giving the party explosives because that's how the party loses fingers.
But why use them as ranged weapons when you can use them as melee weapons and make it even more fun?
But we
That's right.
battle.
I mean, Akez 2's weapon is quite long. I mean, Buligup's got a polearm. Stick it on the end of that, and you know.
No, I
see
like
what
my
happens. Have
polearm.
somebody else
I
behind
have cheap
just ready to.
polearm.
But I have evasion, so I could use it in my fist and just punch with it, and then.
I have a
roll the
crossbow that I have
explosion.
not hit anything with before that I could,
Crossbow explosives, Galarian's most powerful ingested poison.
That's right. Used
I think
against
chat's
purple worms
suggesting-
everywhere.
I think chat might be suggesting you do go back to your original plan of sending a rotisserie chicken stuffed with Silex to that troll.
Nothing wrong with that plan.
Man, I think it's beautiful. And you know what? It's very inspired.
And
Just
if,
like-
if Alexander has
Pop from the arena.
and Alexander has prestidigitation and can make it taste better, and with a little bit of bluff, we can make it look like a very tasty chicken.
we just have to make it sure that
Let
we
us
set it off.
feast on this one chicken.
Ooh, we'll do it better. We'll do a rotisserie goose.
Then we just set it off as we enter the arena so we win the fight. But
Oh, I certainly hope this fight. Please, Hal Scrag, if we lose this fight, please promise to care and nurture my pet chicken. It is my most treasured possession, which means it'll go after the chicken first, which is the plan, the bluff all along. There you go. I have like a +9 to bluff. We could totally sneak.
That's like the first Bond villain logic there.
I'm a little worried about specializing all my spells towards fighting the troll if we have to do anything significant after the troll.
I mean, there are other members of this group. And also, you don't know what the fight's going to be, right? Because it could be anything.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to get at people is asking how she fought, and basically she picks random shit depending on the day, right?
It's exciting, right? It's different every time. It's like a glass. You don't want to go see the same
Dimvaya.
fight over and over.
But what about Dimvaya using that divination ability to snoop in on Hellscrag to find out what the plan is? I'm going to smash him with barrels of flaming oil. Or whatever.
I like Chat's optimism.
Like, get her to sneak into the locker room and see what the plays are.
Yeah. Right. See, it's
like stabbing people through the heart to see if they're a vampire because they'll die if they're a vampire.
I mean, why don't we just have
let's drown the witches, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's just have Kiernan kill her in her sleep. I mean,
I myself.
Well, that was great in the old AD&D days when you got just the assassination role as an assassin.
Oh, you died.
Yeah, if I used my hat, or if I use my disguise ability to transform into a orc, go walking into the hell. Oh, I'm just here for my guard duty.
I mean, you can sneak. You're great at sneaking. Just be like Invisible Sneaky Man.
Yeah.
I would not.
I like that. Thief, go and sneak in and murder the enemy.
Fight starts 2 days early, bitch. Shank.
Hey, wait a minute. That's not a bad idea. What if we did an ambush?
We could ambush other members of the stuff outside the arena.
Did something
just for practice.
I think that was my idea 2 sessions ago. Was to peck them off one at a time so that we could pick and choose our own.
Pecking them off one at a time. I'm just saying, like, strike before they think that we're ready.
No, they know you're not ready.
Well, yeah.
I don't think they would invite us in if they thought we were fully ready.
I know. What we could do is at night we'll go around, kill a bunch of civilians, and then go up 2 levels. Then we'll be ready.
So we send Ikezu into Romancer while we go all and level up outside in the wilderness.
Hey, those tentacles on the face. That could be Gene Simmons effect in D&D Pathfinder.
We need to go off map a little bit and like just go kill random shit in the desert to pump ourselves up and come back.
Exactly. We need a montage in those 2 days.
Okay.
So out there killing rats until you level.
Leroy Jenkins.
Except for us to play the new
All right,
area
kids.
so we'd get, robots and things.
Oh.
All right, kids, say goodbye to the internet. Thank you for
Goodbye.
watching. Visit us on the website. Visit us on the Discord. Talk to us on Discord. Stop talking over me, you little fuckers. Be busy discussing, you little fucks, with all your goodbyes. God, website, Twitters, Discords, all of those social things. Come to the Patreon. Watch all the other audio. Now you can say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Thank you. Have a good
Oops.
evening.
Goodbye.